This is the Troll Patrol. Live. With Justin. FREAKIN.
Welcome to the Troll Patrol. Live. It's a freaking Sunday, and oh my god, I think I just realized. Remember last week how the Twitch comments didn't work? I was just over on YouTube. Because I had this dude that was trying to troll me on Twitter. So I was going to send him the YouTube link. And when I was over on YouTube, I'm pretty sure I saw RB say weed. Sky Comet, thank you for the resub. I don't know if I like that GIF. I don't know if I'm gonna stay with that. Is the Twitch chat working? I'm not even sure. No, the chat's no, what the hell? Why does this keep happening to me? Okay, there's RB. So there's the YouTube. YouTube is working now. But Sky commented on Twitch and it didn't show up, but Stream Elements this is fucking confusing. Why does shit not work the way it's supposed to? That's been my problem like on Friday when I was doing my work. Like none of my programs were working the way they're supposed to. Adobe was not working the way it was supposed to. So like every time I'm opening up Photoshop, it is not working the way it's supposed to. Maria! Welcome! Good evening! But I don't think we're getting there's Sky Comet's comment is not showing up on the Twitch, so we may just have YouTube again tonight, which sucks. Oh, there we go. Oh, there's Twitch. Okay, maybe we're good. Mandy! Mercury is in Gatorade. Maybe somebody nuked the moon finally. There's actually a professor that thinks if we were to nuke the moon, it would solve all of our problems. And you know, like, after seeing all that we've been through, there's worse ideas. There's worse ideas out there. I'm so glad to see Sky Comet now. Happy to have all of you here. What are we going to talk about tonight? It's a little bit of an international flair, because there's been a lot of terrorist incidents going on around the world. A Trump grad, yes. Unfortunately, I hate it when we're covering foreign affairs and it's all shit like this. There was a church fire in Egypt. Killed dozens, apparently. A gunman attacked a bus in Jerusalem. I believe the gunman has turned himself in now. A Mexican cartel went on a rampage. Montenegro experienced a mass shooting on Friday. And then also on Friday, we had the stabbing of novelist Salman Rushdie. Almost called him Salmon Rushdie. That's a whole meme thing. I don't want to get into that right now, but... So several incidents. Here's your meme for the day. If Warlord is here, Warlord knows how I feel about the British beans, but oh my god, Mexican beans are amazing. Give me some of them refried beans. Give me some of them black beans in my tacos. Oh, I'm sorry you're sunburned, Sky Comet. Tell you what else is burning, the hillside in Spain. Oh, did you like that? Did you like that segue? Acres still on fire in Spain. We covered this a couple of weeks ago, but that shit's still going on. Over here in the U.S., we're going to talk about flooding. Over the last couple of weeks, it's been flooding in my hometown in eastern Kentucky, but we're going to talk about the flooding in Las Vegas. You know climate change is bad. We're going to be talking about flooding in the fucking desert. Flash flooding in Las Vegas over the weekend. Wild video. Plus, California at risk of a mega flood. A mega flood. But you know the main thing we're going to be talking about tonight is the thing everyone is talking about. It's Trump. I don't know, my lungs have gotten weaker or something. I've been having some wild coughing fits. I have been having a knockout, drag out fight on Twitter. This dude telling me I can't call Trump treasonous because he hasn't been convicted of treason or something like that. That's not how that works. Well, yeah, but what evidence do you have? It's just your feelings if you don't have evidence. The evidence is, I can show you the video of him telling his supporters to storm the Capitol in order to stop a constitutionally mandated process to install him as a dictator. That's the evidence, dude. That's the evidence. The courts are getting around to it. The courts move slowly. Trump currently under investigation. We found this out on Friday when they unsealed the warrant. Trump is under investigation for espionage. Like the most serious crime in the U.S. Penal Code. I hope I don't have the COVID, Skycom, but I don't think I do. The housemate thought she had it, but she took a COVID test and it was negative, and also she was just sneezing a lot. I didn't think she had anything that resembled the COVID. Also, I can breathe. When I'm pretty sure I had the COVID last fall, I couldn't breathe. It was just mucus in my entire head. My head was just mucus. Mucus that I didn't clear until January. I got sick in August and didn't clear it until January. They are selective about which evidence to believe. That's exactly right, Maria. And this, okay, so I called the dude a criminal. He's like, well, present me evidence of him being a criminal. And I'm like, well, what crime? It's a litany of crimes here. Here, pick one for me. Do you want obstruction of justice? Do you want money laundering? Blah, 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 blah. He's like, well, you pick. And I was like, all right, well, here's money laundering. Here's the Trump org admitting in court that they were laundering money for the Russians. It was a 2015 court case that they settled. They admitted they money laundered. So there you go. Well, there was no criminal conviction here. And I'm like, but that's not what? You asked me to show you evidence of a crime. Money laundering is a crime, right? Yeah. Well, here's the Trump organization admitting to money laundering. But there's no criminal conviction. Your story isn't adding up. And then he kept accusing me of straw man because I said that he was providing cover for Treason Boy. That was what he called. That's your straw manning. And I'm like, were you not defending Trump? Is Trump not under investigation for espionage? Have Trump followers not been charged with seditious conspiracy? If all of those statements are true, then I did not strawman you. Me saying you were covering for Treason Boy is not a straw man. That is an accurate description of what you are fucking doing. I swear to God, right-wingers are morons. Dumbest fucks walking the planet. I'm not high enough for this. If there has ever been a time where I've not been high enough, in all the times of not being high enough for this shit, this is the most not being high enough for this being not high enough shit. Did that make any fucking sense? Maybe I need to get high in order for it to make sense. Oh my God, is Warlord not even here? Is Warlord not even here? Because I specifically chose this meme for this time so that Warlord could see it. Don't think I won't PM it to him. I will. Oh no, Socks came running in here. I don't know what he's into. You need to watch the Freak Show video. You should always watch the Freak Show. We had a great time. This past Friday was the 1-year anniversary episode. Oh, don't party with Warlord not being. Oh, come on. Oh, I think the housemates are here, so that probably means I need to close the door because apparently I'm very loud. And she's yelling "Cancel Justin" through the house. Oh my god. Oh, the meltdown one. Okay, so here's the thing about the meltdown one is I don't charge for much. I don't put much behind the paywall, right? Like, I want everybody to be able to have access to my stuff. I do it. I do. And by the way, the freaking news, one of the benefits of being a Patreon is you get Saturday, Sunday freaking newses. I haven't been doing those lately. We have Saturday, Sunday freaking news up this weekend. Look for a flashback Thursday for a Z-Rock news. There's going to be a new freak show going up from my college edition freak show. So all kinds of new shit going up on the Patreon. But if you want to see, which is probably the piece of video that like most people would want to see. If there's a piece of video I have to put behind a paywall that people want to pay to see, it is probably this one. If you are on the $5 tier of my Patreon, you get access to the Friday Night Freak Show where Sparkles blows up on Justin. It's the stream that ended the friendship between Justin and Sparkles, which is wild because if you see the picture here, we're both laughing and happy. I was very happy to see her that night. So Mandy, if you would like to see that video, I put it behind a paywall. It is up as of last Friday. I started promoting it on the Freak Show on Friday. I put it up right before the show. Well, I appreciate your support. Cancel Justin indeed. Thank you, Curiouser. Do you like the meme? Do you like the Mexican food beans versus the British food beans? Welcome, Curiouser, by the way. Love your face. Not high enough for this shit. I'm still not high enough for this shit. I might have to cash this one out and pack a whole nother one before I am even ready to start the news. It's kind of a bummer. Until we get to the Trump shit, right? Because then we'll mock Trump and we'll have a gay old time making fun of his dumb ass. But then it's back to like shitty shit.
Do you think we're stupid? You think we're fools?
Apparently, Trump was initially upbeat after the quote-unquote raid on Mar-a-Lago. But then, after GOP support began to wane, his demeanor changed, apparently. Trump is now, as of this afternoon, asking the FBI to return the documents that he wasn't legally allowed to be in possession of. So he wants the FBI to return the documents that he was illegally in possession of. Trump's lawyer signed a statement months ago saying that they had turned over everything that the National Archive wanted from Trump. Clearly, a lie. We're going to watch some Fox News hosts defend Trump, which is crazy to me that there's still people defending Trump. Oh, what do you mean you can't find it? If you're trying to find shit on the page, it should be like one of the first posts. If you're trying to find something on the Patreon, you can like just do like video posts. And like video posts, it should be like the third or fourth post back. I swear it's there. I swear it's there. I'm pretty sure. Let me go make sure I put it there. Yeah, it's there. It's there. That's got you. Here's the link to the post. I'm not trying to antagonize. I'm trying to hustle. I'm trying to hustle. That's some must-see TV right there. If you want to see me cry, if you want to see her just completely bash me, good stuff. I'm sure it's highly entertaining. That's why I took it down and put it behind a paywall. She's got no legal measures she can take. I'm sorry, it is my possession. It is my intellectual property. I'm just over here doing my thing. I'm a hustling. Hello, I am debate. Oh, speaking of which, I better open the phone lines just in case we do get the dude from Twitter who was wanting to argue with me. He's incredibly dumb. Incredibly dumb. But the phone lines are open. 917-830-4359. It's this dude right here. The original thing was I asked him about he made the comment that Trump had the nuclear codes. And I'm like, what? Like, I keep seeing right-wingers say that, but that's not, no one, that didn't come from the FBI or anything. So I asked where that came from. Like, can you tell me where you got the idea that he had nuclear codes? And boy, what a stupid fucking discussion it devolved into. Cicero, what is going on? Dumbest fucks walking the planet. Oh, I retweeted him a lot. Whenever I think I make a good joke, like instead of wasting it as a reply, I retweet it. And unfortunately, I'm always thinking to make a good joke. So I'm constantly retweeting people's replies. Giving my reply on top of it. Nice to be here streaming with you. It's nice to see you in the chat, Cicero. Always a pleasure. I love your face. I was really like, dude isn't apparently gonna, come over and provide us with entertainment. I wanted him to call in. I was hoping he would. I don't have the link for the show handy. Let me go back over here to the YouTube, get the link for the show. Might hear me talk here for a second. There we go. Link for the show. A little trippy, a little Inception type shit going on over here. Call and talk to us, dude. Come on. My favorite thing that he said was that, like, I told him, I guess he thought that I was getting ready to wrap it up, which I was, because I need to get ready for the stream. And he's like, no. I gave him the link to the stream. He's like, is this supposed to somehow verify your nonsense? And I'm like, no, I'm saying I'm going to quit responding because I'll be busy, but if you want to run your cocksucker, you can find me here in about an hour and a link to the show. And Here to Texas says, it's funny that your final salvo is an anti-LGBT pejorative. You have a problem with gay people? To which I responded, I suck dick.
You live in sexual anarchy.
How can it be a pejorative? Ray, this may trip you out, but my housemate keeps it incredibly cold in here. Like, I'm usually freezing. I am freezing most of the time. I have to put my bathrobe on a lot. And then my housemate says that she's hot. Fuck Summer. I do. I have to I have to cover my feet up. My feet get cold around here. Bundle up, bitch, she says. Alright, I guess we're gonna get to the news. Warning, it ain't fun until we get to the Trump shit. Even then, it might not be fun if, you know, the Trump stories are fun and all for us to talk about and have a good lark over, but ultimately we're talking about the future of our country and our well-being as a society, and it's all coming crashing down. It's crumbling all around us. By the way, welcome, Ray. I don't know if I told you good evening. Welcome to the stream. I've been doing this thing the last few weeks where I'm trying to make sure that I address each person individually and tell you good evening. I'm happy to have you here because I love all of you. I appreciate your support. Let's hug. Okay, so here I like warmth better than cold by far. I do not like being cold. Like, summer sucks and all, but like I'll take summer and sweating my ass off over winter and just being like, and I think I have, you know, low iron or low like fucking something in my fucking blood that makes me colder than most people. Hey, Curiouser, will you bring me some grocery bags? Apparently that'll warm my feet up. I think all we got is plastic bags, though. Nice. It's 69 degrees in here.
You live in sexual anarchy.
I would rather sweat than shiver any day. I am with RB on that one. I would much rather sweat. I do not like the cold. But now I like, if it's snowing outside and it's nice and warm in my house and you're bundled up in the bed and shit, like that's cool. That's fun. Yeah, I don't like the sweating, and the sweating causes like you get the I'm real bad for the athlete's foot and the jock itch and shit. And the sweating exacerbates that. The sweating might be the cause of it, period. I don't know. I don't like sweating. Not fun. It's probably a little too much information. Sorry. Content warning. Justin might talk about his ball sweat. I'm not high enough for this shit. I'm putting the meme back up. I was like, I need to cash this out so I can pack another one. I did pack another one. Paper bags? Really? Are you someplace where it's like really windy? Are you like in the Midwest? You up on those Great Lakes? Because like when we were going to football games, like I don't even think we ever even took a jacket, right? But I'm in the South. Oh, you're in Texas? Like, isn't football season over before? Which, I mean, as a kid, closer to having real seasons, I'm sure, as opposed to now. Back when I was a kid, we still had winter time. Really? It could get freezing in Dallas? Are you talking about like NFL games? I was thinking like high school games. And like, you know, high school games are like, you know, September, October. Well, if we're talking like, you know, January football, that's a little different. Well, see, that's if I make my feet, I don't wear shit on my feet because if my feet sweat, I get athlete's foot real bad. Sucks ass. So I was working as a AV tech, and I was working in the shop. But like that day I wasn't doing anything but like making cables. I wasn't actually, but like I had my shoes with me in case, you know, I needed to, you know, they needed me to carry something or whatever. But I'm just sitting there in the shop in sandals, and like the boss walks through, just completely like tells me off. Comes sitting there like, did not give me the ability to tell him like, hey, it's like a medical condition. I get fucking athlete's foot really fucking bad. So that's why I wear sandals all the fucking time, because I don't get athlete's foot. I don't know if you know this or not. That fucking Lotrimin spray is expensive as fuck. I have no clue about types of socks. Hell, I haven't even really worn socks in years. I'm not a sock guy. When I went to sandals like 2015, 2016 time period, and like from then on out, it was like fucking I wear sandals. It has to be like cold for me to put on like socks and shoes. My hippie looking sandals. Oh, but anyway, we got news to talk about, and it ain't pretty. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, the news ain't pretty. We talking about some serious shit tonight. And we're going to start off with a trip around the world with some of the stories happening over the weekend. In Egypt, a church fire has killed dozens. I don't think we have an exact body count. I believe this just happened today.
Scores of people have been killed in an electrical fire that broke out at a Coptic church in Egypt, with many more wounded. That's according to two security sources in the country. The fire broke out at the Abu Sifin church in Giza, near Cairo. It said that 5,000 people were gathered for Sunday Mass when it happened. Most of those killed were children, the sources said.
What 5,000 people were able to congregate in a building that has one entrance off of that street? Something is weird to me here. What? That building didn't even look like it could hold 5,000 people, but also like we're not getting a wide shot.
The fire blocked an entrance to the church, causing a stampede. Electrical fires of this nature aren't rare in Egypt. In 2020, for example, at least 7 people were killed when a fire hit a hospital treating COVID patients.
Wow. But like that, this just like, for those of you listening to the podcast, this looks like a residential building or some shit. But I guess maybe it has like this is some sort of community center on the bottom, and maybe there's housing on top. Maybe this is not even housing, but it looks a lot like a residential building. And it's a very narrow street. You can't drive through it or anything. You could only walk that street. But we did see a car in the street. This is weird. Huh. I'm trying to paint a picture, but like also like I am taking in the information myself. Because we did see a car with a window broke out and ash had fallen on it. This is a survivor recalling the scenes from the church fire.
The fourth floor in the church was on fire. There were children in the nursery, and there was a mass. We are fasting these days, and soon there will be Eid. I don't know if it was an electrical fire or what happened, but there were kids and elderly people. We saved who we could save. We looked up and saw a lot of black fumes in the air.
I assume that the cream-colored building over here, that's the church, that we're looking at perhaps the back of it. Apparently the whole building was part of the church. I guess that's how there was 5,000 people in it. In Jerusalem, I believe it was in Jerusalem. I don't know. It may have happened somewhere else in Israel. Let me rephrase that. It was in the old city of Jerusalem. I wasn't clear on that. Gunmen attacked a bus.
Terrorist attack going on at the Western Wall in Jerusalem. When I got to the scene, I saw a few people lying on the floor in critical condition. 3 of them were in critical condition, and another few that were lightly injured. We also had a baby that we took out of harm's way, and all of them were transferred to the hospital for taking care.
And I just stopped in the station of the grave of David, tomb of David. In this moment, start the shooting. 2 people outside I see falling, 2 inside. It was bleeding, and the people, everybody. Entry panica.
Apparently 5 Americans were injured in that attack. You saw NBC News pulled that up. Wounded 7 people. They were indeed worshipers going to the old city, so I can imagine that was by a Palestinian terrorist group. We're going to check in on the ceasefire later this week. I haven't seen reports of any mass fighting since the ceasefire took effect last week. Just smaller incidents like this. Moving to Mexico. Mexico deploys troops after a Mexican cartel rampage.
Hundreds of Mexican troops have been deployed to the city of Juarez after the prison riot and rampage across the city itself by cartel members on Friday, which killed 11 people, most of them civilians. It began when members of 2 rival cartels began fighting in the prison, which escalated into the riot. Afterwards, and outside the prison, members of one of the cartels, called Los Mexicles, started killing on city streets. Convenience stores were shot at and set on fire. 4 members of a local radio station, Mega Radio, were also killed.
Wow!
Is the station's news director.
Decirles también que, pues el día de ayer apagaron.
Yesterday, not only 1 but 4 of our company's voices were silenced, but we will not stay quiet in the face of impunity. And we will keep being an echo for our society, through our stations, so that authorities can be more demanding in fulfilling our claims, which is what the whole society, not only us, is calling for.
One of those killed was the station's announcer, Alan Gonzalez, although police have said they don't believe he was targeted due to his profession. Authorities say at least 6 members of Los Mexicles were arrested.
Well, thank you very much for telling me that radio personalities are not being assaulted for their profession. I appreciate that. It is reassuring to me, though I haven't been on radio in like 10 years.
With the help of the Army and National Guard. The second group involved in the prison riot is called Los Chapos, which is part of the Sinaloa cartel formerly led by the infamous Joaquin Guzman, also known as El Chapo, currently held in a U.S. prison.
El Chapo! Oh my God! Fox News still talking double standard. Why haven't they arrested Hunter? Why haven't they arrested Hunter? Moving to Montenegro, which, come to think about it, I have no fucking clue where Montenegro is. It's in Europe, isn't it? Where the fuck is Montenegro? Am I correct? What's this shit be over like in Asia and in Antarctica or something? Country in southeastern Europe. Like, where the fuck is Montenegro? Oh, it's very pretty. Very pretty. See a big map. Let's see a big map. Okay, so it's kind of near Greece. Across the pond from Italy. Next to Serbia. Neighbor to Serbia. And Bulgaria. Oh, I didn't set it up, did I? They are mourning after a mass shooting on Friday. 11 people killed. That is a gorgeous fucking town. 10 people, I'm sorry. But perhaps this video is old and I'd seen updated information. The man shot his tenants and then fired randomly in the town before police killed him. Wow. You could hear women crying, people in panic. People were shouting the man has a weapon and that he's randomly shooting. I tried to walk through the crowd to see exactly what was happening, but police didn't allow people to come closer. I could hear gunshots. People were talking, various information was flowing, but I can say this was really one tragic event for the whole of our country. Well, apparently we're exporting them to Europe now. Though there was a mass shooting here in the U.S., but nobody was killed. There was a mass shooting today, but nobody was killed. I believe it was in Texas. But nobody was killed, so it didn't make the headlines. Sorry. There's been several things that seems a lot like the 80s, you know, the whole feud with Russia. Kind of synthwave is coming back into style. This also has a real 80s feel to it. Because apparently the fatwa on Salman Rushdie was still in effect and there were still motherfuckers that wanted him dead. Which blows my mind. Rushdie stabbed in an event on Friday morning. He's now off a ventilator and has been cracking jokes, apparently.
Salman Rushdie's agent on Sunday said the acclaimed author was off a ventilator and that his condition is improving after an attacker repeatedly stabbed him at an event in New York State. In an email to Reuters, Rushdie's agent said, quote, "He's off the ventilator, so the road to recovery has begun. It will be long, the injuries are severe, but his condition is headed in the right direction." After being airlifted to a hospital in Erie, Pennsylvania, Rushdie was put on a ventilator following hours of surgery and was unable to speak as of Friday evening. Rushdie's agent also said the 75-year-old would likely lose an eye and had nerve damage in his arm and wounds to his liver. Rushdie was set for a lecture on artistic freedom in Western New York when police say a man rushed the stage.
A lecture on artistic freedom. Merkin, welcome. And yes, imagine being that mad for a magical realism novel. I have not read any of Rushdie's work because he's a fiction author, correct? He's a novelist. I just usually don't read fiction. I read philosophy and biographies and historical shit.
And stabbed him. The suspect, 24-year-old Hadi Matar of Fairview, New Jersey, pleaded not guilty to charges of attempted murder and assault at a court appearance on Saturday. Rushdie, who was born into an Indian Muslim family, has lived with a bounty on his head since 1989, when the supreme leader of Iran urged Muslims to kill him over his novel The Satanic Verses, which some Muslims said contained blasphemous passages. Authorities in Iran have made no public comment about the attack, but hardline state media outlets have celebrated the stabbing, with headlines including "Satan has been blinded," and some Iranians voiced support online for the stabbing. However, many—
Oh my God, is Salman Rushdie still a boogeyman to them over there? Like, do they still talk about him the way the fucking right wing talks about Hillary Clinton or some shit? Like he's just constantly there? Is he more famous in Iran than he is here? I would assume that the average American doesn't even know who the fuck he is. You have to be more likely to be college educated to know who, other than people who just know him from, were alive in 1989 and knew him from the pop culture reference. Or maybe you're a Curb Your Enthusiasm fan. You saw him on Curb.
Many other Iranians expressed their sympathies for Rushdie, posting on social media about their anger at the Islamic Republic's clerical rulers. In a statement posted on Twitter, one of Rushdie's sons said his father was able to say a few words after—
I would assume most people in my chat knew who he was, other than people that maybe too young to have stumbled across him just yet. But you guys are a more educated group, I would venture to say. If I was to give you all IQ tests, you all would look at me and say, fuck you, IQ is just a measurement of how good you can do on a test. You like that? And that shows how smart you are. You're people that want to be informed, but want your news delivered to you by somebody who smokes a lot of pot and cusses a lot. There's nothing wrong with that. Makes funny pictures of political figures.
Come on, man.
Ida, good evening. I'm just familiar with who he is because of the fatwa and everything, and his place in history. I've seen him give interviews and shit, but I've never read any of his stuff. Apparently, he's really good. I'm glad to know that he is going to be taken off a ventilator. Looks like he's going to recover. He was stabbed multiple times in the neck, so that has to be a tough thing to pull through. Oh my God, RB, you and I can't be friends anymore. Both Curb and Son. How are you watching me? How are you? Larry David is my idol. When it comes to my sense of humor and everything, Larry David is top. That's the person I look up to more than anything. That's who I pattern myself off of. How are you a fan of my shit? So I had this movie in college called Chocolate Milk Girl, and it's very Seinfeld-esque. And after we got finished watching it, the professor was like, I don't get it. I was like, do you like Seinfeld and Woody Allen and stuff like that? She's like, no, not at all. And I'm like, that's why you don't, you either get it or you don't. It's a weird thing. Sky Comment, I didn't get a chance to read your... I was talking about something else. So it happened at your college in 2014? Someone pulled a gun in the library and they got tackled by... Oh, fucking A. Good job they got tackled. That's still scary just for like it to have happened that close. Larry David is amazing, RB. Larry David is amazing. I have a Woody Allen is a perv, and but I have not watched any of Woody Allen's movies. But like my ex-girlfriend, like who I was with for a while, like apparently she got exposed to Woody Allen and she went out of her way to contact me again and be like, you need to watch Woody Allen. You need to watch everything Woody Allen has ever done. But here's the thing is I can't. Like knowing what I know, I can't. Knowing Ronan Farrow's story and shit, I can't. Like it's too creepy for me. And I can divorce myself usually. I can divorce, you know, the artist from the art. And especially like with a movie, there's a lot of people that put a lot of work into making that piece of art. And to discredit everybody just because, like, you know, one person. However, when it comes to Woody Allen, like, he really is, like, the omnipotent present. Like, that's why he's independent. Because, like, that movie is, like, it's all his. It's all his vision. So it's... Like, I can watch Chris Benoit matches. And be like, because I watched a Chris Benoit match last night. I watched Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero last night. And it was a fucking amazing match. But fucking Chris Benoit killed his family. And I don't look at him the same anymore. And I don't know. Because Woody Allen was recommended to me in order for me to study and to learn from. Not just for me to just enjoy in passing. Someone wanted me to study and to learn from him. And I don't know. That's a tough one. But I definitely look at him very differently knowing what I know. And the fact that he has, like, faced no repercussions whatsoever. I guess he's canceled now. Has he made a movie in the last, since the Me Too and shit? And like, the Woody Allen's always been known, but, like, Me Too really hammered it home. And that's when Ronan Farrow really came into prominence and told his own story. And, like, it's like, Woody's canceled now, right? Snicks, I feel like I watched the movie Lolita when I was, like, in high school, like, expecting, like, you know, pornography or something. And it wasn't. I didn't actually watch it. Like, I look weird teenager flipping back and forth to something, like maybe finding some spank material. That's what it was, like on a Cinemax free weekend or some shit.
You live in sexual anarchy.
Oh, I feel like Woody has not. He hasn't piped up and tried to say anything lately, has he? And maybe he's retreated from the public eye. That's probably for the best. He also isn't coming out and fucking making any apologies, though. Making amends with anything. Oh, he lives in the UK or something now? Well, Has he been banished from New York because he fucking loved New York? All right, guys, when we come back, I'm done bumming you out. We're going to talk about how the documents that Trump was in possession of had the locations and salaries of spies. Trump was initially upbeat after the raid of Mar-a-Lago. We're going to listen to some Fox hosts defend Trump. Trump is wanting the FBI. He's demanding the FBI return the documents that he stole to him. The absolute balls on this motherfucker. He's demanding the documents back that he stole from the U.S. government. A Watergate prosecutor has declined to join his legal team, which is probably a really good idea. We're going to listen to Adam Schiff talk about how Trump's claims that he declassified all the documents is absolute bullshit. Threats against law enforcement in the wake of this Trump raid. Oh, so much more. More lawmakers have visited Taiwan. We're going to hear from Andrew Yang on his new party. And we're going to talk about climate change. All that and more when we come back on the other side of the break. Here on the Troll Patrol. Live.
Now we turn to YouTuber Justin FREAKIN. The guy's, he's a formidable voice in the culture. Uncensored and unfiltered political talk and debate from a leftist perspective. The day's top news stories and videos with astute social commentary.
Not high enough for this shit.
All we're establishing is this guy's wicked, sick aesthetic.
Right-wingers are morons.
You brought back the wrong kind of fucking cake, you idiot.
I guess I gotta thank Matt Walsh for introducing me to Justin FREAKIN.
Yet you're like, we'll pray for somebody. You think you can telepathically communicate with a deity, and you have the audacity to say somebody else has a mental disorder. For the love of God.
Hi, I'm Justin FREAKIN. I'm a leftist broadcaster and comedian, not liberal, leftist. And despite what you may have heard from right-wing propaganda, George Soros isn't handing out Soros bucks and funding people like me. There are no Koch brothers, Mercers, or any number of right-wing think tanks funding content on the left side of the spectrum the way they fund people like Ben Shapiro, Dave Rubin, and Dennis Prager. And YouTube doesn't monetize videos that are controversial or deal with politics unless you're someone like Steven Crowder. So this is an ultimatum. Become a patron. Support my Patreon, or I'm going to become a right-winger and get some of that easy money. You know for a fact that I could be bigger than Charlie Kirk or Jesse Lee Peterson.
Amazing!
All I have to do is talk about how I used to be an SJW snowflake, but the left went too far with their cultural Marxism, and Republicans are stupid enough to buy it, even though this video exists. And you know I'm right, so give me your money or I'm selling you out. Yelra. I fucking love Trump. Yelra. We all love Trump around here. The new meme up on the screen is Charlie Brown. Snoopy. upset that the FBI is raiding them. And Charlie Brown says, I knew playing in red baseball caps was a mistake because apparently the right-wingers believe that the red caps are what the FBI is targeting. The bottom panel is Steve Martin from The Jerk. The FBI hates these caps! What's the matter with these caps? Why does the FBI hate these caps? Oh, and why is that? Because right-wingers are morons. Absolute dumbest fucks walking the planet. Trump apparently had documents about spies in the documents that he had hidden away at Mar-a-Lago. Trump raid documents could reveal informants on U.S. payroll. In pursuing the unprecedented search of Donald Trump's residence on Monday. I don't know if we've gone over this because I forget. Like, I streamed on Friday night and we talked about it slightly on the Freak Show, but we didn't actually go into it that the unsealing of the warrant happened. We now know that he's under investigation for espionage. The documents were pertaining to nuclear secrets. For some reason, right-wingers think that has to do with the nuclear codes, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? In pursuing the unprecedented search of Donald Trump's residence on Monday, the FBI was seeking to retrieve top-secret, compartmented documents dealing with intelligence sources and methods, two federal government sources told Newsweek. The documents with the potential to reveal U.S. intelligence sources, including human sources on the American government payroll. This greatly complicates any public discussion of the documents or any substantiation of Trump's potential violation of U.S. law. The sources who were briefed on the investigation requested anonymity in order to discuss sensitive information. Compartmented is a specific term meaning classified information concerning or derived from intelligence sources, methods, or analytical processes, which is required to be handled within formal access control systems established by the Director of National Intelligence. It includes a variety of different access categories, for example, human, intercept, satellite sources, each of which limits how many people can know the nature of the compartment. One of the government sources says that the special access program information was involved in the Mar-a-Lago case. A further category of information limited to an even smaller group of people. Intelligence sources familiar with the classification system and the investigation say that neither the search warrant nor the inventory, if unsealed, will likely ever answer most people's questions about whether the search was necessary. Dustin, welcome! Yelra, we don't compare Donald Trump's actions to 99% of the leaders around the world. We compare Trump's actions to the law here in the United States. You don't get to come in and say motherfucker gets off the hook just because everybody else is doing it. That's a stupid fucking defense, and that makes you a stupid fucking person if you say it. And if you want to act like we don't hold everybody accountable equally, then stick around and watch the show. We are not hypocrites around here. But to say Donald Trump just gets off the hook because everybody else does it is butt fucking stupid. You'll know that Donald Trump is in jail by the fact that I will be bald. Sure, we can compare Trump to the other presidents in the last 20 years. He didn't cause the most damage. Bush, Reagan were far more consequential. Well, that's the implication of what you were saying, Yelra. What other conclusion am I supposed to draw when you're like, oh, every other fucking world leader does it? with Bush, oh, Media Winch, I promised I would shave my head. I promised I would shave my head if Donald Trump is arrested. That's how you will know Donald Trump is in jail, because I will shave my head. I've made that promise to the stream. What you're saying, Yelra, what you're saying is fucking useless. What you're saying is fucking useless. Thanks. Means nothing. Gets us nowhere. Seriously, fuck off. Like, what's the point? Fuck you, dude. Seriously. That's a weird world leaders mock America in general, not just Trump. I mock world leaders. Fuck off, dude. You're an idiot. What a dumb fuck. And we deserve it. Right on, Dustin. Are you just like trying to come in here and like see if you can trigger us? Because it ain't gonna happen.
Hey, Justin, are you trolling?
Always be trolling. Always be trolling. But I read the news. That's what we do here. We read the news. I don't give a shit if you think it matters or not. I read the fucking news. Trump's initially upbeat mood about the FBI's Mar-a-Lago raid turned dark when GOP support began to wane. Former President Donald Trump was initially upbeat about the FBI raid of his Mar-a-Lago residence, but his mood at times turned dark when GOP support started to wane. Sources told the Washington Post that Trump believed the FBI raid would benefit him, as it looked like the Justice Department had overreached. He feels it's a political coup for him. One friend who had spoken with the former president multiple times told the Post, speaking under the condition of anonymity. Trump believed the raid would cause Republicans to rally around him, the report says, and would create more support for a potential presidential bid in 2024. While Republicans initially spoke out strongly against the raid, their public support became more muted when records unsealed on Friday revealed that the FBI had seized 11 sets of classified documents from Mar-a-Lago. The Washington Post reported that the Bureau searched for classified documents about nuclear weapons. Reports suggest Republicans are now, and the speculation is that the $2 billion payment to Jared Kushner, that was for nuclear secrets to the Saudi royal family. On Friday, the Freedom Caucus, a group of conservative House Republicans, canceled a short notice, a press conference about the Mar-a-Lago raid. Following the shift in support, Trump's buoyant mood has at times turned dark, the Post reported, according to people who had been around him. Despite this, many of Trump's most buoyant, right? Not buoyed? No, buoyant. I always fuck that word up. Despite this, many of Trump's most loyal allies, such as Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, have strongly supported him. Trump supporters across the U.S. have continued to back him, with users of his Truth Social platform calling for civil war and advocating for violence against the FBI, NBC reported. This is a common problem. We keep seeing threats against law enforcement thanks to the fever pitch the right-wing idiots have been whipped into. Not only did we have the attack on the FBI on Friday, or Thursday, that was Thursday.
Sources confirming to ABC
News. A person committed suicide at the Capitol over the weekend. We're going to get to that story. I don't know if that has anything to do with Trump derangement syndrome, but it could quite possibly. But this is an ABC News piece about the rising threats against law enforcement after the Mar-a-Lago search.
News that after a small team of federal investigators visited Donald Trump's Palm Beach home in June, a lawyer for the former president signed a declaration claiming that all items marked classified had been turned over. But after Monday's search, the FBI says it found 11 sets of classified documents, including 4 sets marked top secret and 1 marked top secret SCI, a classification reserved for some of the nation's most sensitive national security intelligence, typically only viewed in highly secured areas. ABC News has also learned that the Department of Justice sent 2 subpoenas related to the retrieval of these documents before executing the search warrant, one seeking security footage at Mar-a-Lago. Some Republicans on Capitol Hill have accused the FBI of overstepping and playing politics.
The FBI raid of President Trump is a complete abuse and overreach of its authority.
The White House.
So I'm surprised she was still saying that on Friday, because that Friday they had already been warned, like, more stuff is going to come out about him. He might not want to keep attacking the FBI. Like, Republicans have been warned. More stuff is going to come out. You might not want to attack the Justice Department. And that's what we were talking about earlier in that story, that the House caucus called off their press conference.
House today responding.
Department of Justice, when it comes to law enforcement, is independent. This is what we believe, and this is what the president has said. This is not about politicizing anything. That is not true.
There is growing concern over the angry rhetoric coming from some Republican lawmakers.
Losing faith in our federal law enforcement officers, in our justice system, and is a really serious problem for the country.
Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson on CNN calling for patience as the investigation plays out and voicing support for the FBI.
The FBI is simply carrying out their responsibilities under the law, a lawful search warrant that a magistrate signed off on.
The Department of Homeland Security and the FBI saying in a joint intelligence bulletin obtained by ABC News that there has already been an increase in threats and acts of violence, including armed encounters against law enforcement, judiciary, and government personnel in reaction to the court-authorized search.
Now, I want to point out a line of reasoning from the right wing has been, well, why did they wait 1.5 years if these documents were so sensitive? They didn't, motherfuckers. They didn't. You're idiots. The National Archive has been aware of it. I don't remember when they issued like the first audit they did of all the information, but it's like May of last year. They were like, hey, dude, we need these documents. And they've been in contact with Trump repeatedly. Trump has lied to them. He has not cooperated. So right-wingers have been like, oh, well, they never raided Hillary Clinton's house. Yes, because Hillary Clinton cooperated. Hillary Clinton handed over what was asked of her to be handed over during the course of the investigation. Trump didn't cooperate. So anyone using these lines of reasoning, you're fucking stupid. You're an idiot. Shut up. What's up, Tones? Welcome. I love your face.
Faith Abube, ABC News, Washington.
Oh, we're done with this little piece. But now, Trump apparently wants the documents that he was illegally in possession of, that he apparently made a felony to possess. Trump calls on the FBI to return privileged documents seized at Mar-a-Lago. The former president on Sunday called on the FBI to return seized documents that are allegedly protected by attorney-client and executive privileges. The FBI searched Trump's Mar-a-Lago home on Monday, recovering 11 sets of classified documents. That's not how that works, by the way, sir. You don't have any executive attorney-client privilege on government fucking documents. Fox News reported on Saturday that the FBI seized boxes covered by attorney-client privilege and possibly executive privilege, according to unnamed sources familiar with the investigation. What he's saying, it has just been learned that the FBI, in its now famous raid of Mar-a-Lago, took boxes of privileged attorney-client. This is just their latest fucking excuse. This is just their latest fucking excuse. The National Archive said these are the documents you are required to produce. House Intelligence Committee Chair Adam Schiff told ABC News's or CBS News's Face the Nation this, because I actually have that clip ready to go. We don't have to read the quote. You can hear it straight from Schiffy Schiff's face.
We want to go now to California Democratic Congressman Adam Schiff. He's the chairman of the Intelligence Committee, and his book, Midnight in Washington, is now out in paperback. Good morning to you, Chairman Schiff.
Good morning.
You are typically told about covert operations, ongoing national security threats. Do you have any sense at this time whether the information that Donald Trump had in his Florida residence posed any kind of threat to national security?
Well, all I know about the actual materials is what was in that search warrant inventory, but from that alone you can tell there was a serious risk to disclosure potentially of sources and methods.
This is a beverage that is exclusive to East Tennessee. It's called Dr. Enough. It's a Sprite, 7-Up, Sierra Mist type beverage, but it has caffeine and minerals. Benchod Commander. Benchod? I think I said that right. Benchod Commander. Benchod Lieutenant. I salute you. Thank you for being a freaking follower. Benchod Sergeant. Uh-oh. What we got going on here? Interesting. Keep an eye on these cats. They've got a whole fucking team over here. Yeah, and a fuck ton of sugar. It's got a fuck ton of sugar. I can just turn you fucks off. We've got a hate raid going on. Like, it ain't gonna work. I'm prepared for you fucks this time. But hey, thanks for increasing my numbers. I appreciate it. Love you all. Oh my god, that Yelra dude sent me a private message. I say a differing opinion and it's interpreted as a trigger attempt. Laughing my ass off. There is literally no way you're spelled wrong. Your is in possessive your. That's shallow. Laughing my ass off. Well, the Benchod crew... The Benchod crew has stopped. It's weird to get 10 follows, but none of them are actually in here. Guy Comment, are you speaking English? I don't believe I'm familiar with what you're talking about. I was hoping we had some trolls and we were gonna have some fun. Are you trolls in here? Are you gonna try to do something? I've got a phone number. That phone number on this. That phone number, it's gone now. That phone number on the screen works. PJ! Oh, was he a cop? Was that who I was arguing with? Fuck that dude. You know what we say about cops around here. There's only one kind of good cop. I about fucked it up. I'm kind of in a holding pattern because it really seems like I had a squad trying to like hate raid me or something. But it doesn't look like they're going to try to do anything, so I don't know what's going on. But hey, if you guys are just if you're just actual followers, if there's 10 of you with the same fucking name, I wasn't going to say that, Ida. I didn't want to violate terms of service. But if there's like 10 of you with the same name and you're like genuine followers, you come over here, you want to watch some Troll Patrol, fucking A, we love you. We're glad you're here, and we hope that you all live in sexual anarchy.
You live in sexual anarchy?
I'm not sure. I don't even know if they're lurking. Seawin Rich. Thank you for being a freaking follower. As well as Benchod Warrior, Benchod M1 Abrams, New Delhi Benchod 1, Benchod Warrior 2, Benchod Medic, Benchod Warrior, Benchod Sergeant, Benchod Lieutenant, and Benchod Commander. Thank you for being a freaking follower, fuckers. We are glad to have you around here. That's kind of why so many of you are mods. So like the chances of somebody being in here when a hate raid comes. Oh, a 7-Up with a lot of... Oh, you know, I never knew what the fuck this shit was. It was 7-Up with caffeine in it. DNL. I didn't even get that it was 7-Up upside down until I saw it. Fucking stupid ass capitalism producing stupid ass shit. Now, Mandy, why? Don't get upset. I need more mods on YouTube, actually. Here, you're a mod now. Mandy is now a mod. I need more mods on Twitch. Ida, I love you. Mod. Who else needs to be a mod over here? Who else is here? RB, you're a mod. Ray. Mod. Tones is a mod. I think I got the YouTube crew modded. Oh, Maria. Mod. Maria has been a Facebook friend of mine for a long time now. I cherish Maria the way I cherish like my actual friends, because like it's been like a decade we've been friends on the Facebook. Oh fuck, Wrencher. Wrench the winch. Wrench the winch, she says. I didn't have it up anymore. I gotta go back over here. You might hear the Inception shit again. Wrench the winch, she says. I didn't have it up anymore. I gotta go back over here. Get you a little bit of Inception going on. The winch is now a moderator on YouTube. We got this taken care of. Schumer's wife or Pelosi's husband? Schumer's wife or Pelosi's husband? Mandy, I don't think you know Maria. Clang a bitch over the dome with a wrench. Out of house of power. Oh, you can just shut people up if they're over there talking shit. Mainly what the YouTube is gonna get is spam. It'll be somebody like trying to like post about like, hey you sexy bitch, you want to see me masturbate on camera? That's what you're gonna get on YouTube. Who doesn't like to party? Who doesn't like to party? I don't know what the deal was with the beach odds, but hey, we welcome you guys. If you decide to call or Discord in, you can do that. Maybe I should check the Discord. Ain't nobody hanging out over here in the voice channel, is there? No. I don't know what that was.
Because some of those documents were marked top secret, sensitive, compartmented information. That is among the highest designation in terms of the extremely grave damage to national security that could be done if it were disclosed. So the fact that they were in an unsecure place, that is...
We're all in agreement he was trying to sell fucking nuclear secrets to the Saudis, right? Spy locations to Russia. He was trying to sell secret information to other governments, right? Like, there's no other way around it. Like, clearly that's what the motherfucker was wanting to do. Right? What, did somebody time out your stupid ass? If you want to speak, there's a phone number. There's a Discord. If you want to speak, please speak to us. But like, I don't want to talk to your stupid ass in chat. You got to call in, or you got to Discord. What do you mean in a more productive manner? Like, this is my show. You don't get to come in and dictate how I run my show. More productive manner, my ass. You weren't being productive. You were saying nonsense. You were saying nonsense. It was meaningless. Snicks, are you modded? Hold on. I'm coming for you. Inception again. Oh no, it was already paused. Spicy chat is spicy. It's been fun. It's been fun tonight. Yeah, he kept Stone's pardon information. I mean, if you want to argue... Oh my god, there's Warlord! Warlord, motherfucker. Listen. I picked a meme tonight for the opening of the show just for you. And the night I pick a meme just for Warlord, there was no Warlord. And everybody's like, oh, where's Warlord? There's no Warlord here. And then I'm like, oh, I hope he's okay. I hope nothing happened to the Warlord. Now, if you're out doing war, that's different. Have you been out doing war? Because, like, you run this show. You're the producer. Yes, they are indeed dusting the documents for prints. They are that sensitive. They want to see who all touched them. That is indeed true, Snicks. I can confirm that. I can't even... He's not smart enough and isn't playing the long game enough to try to, do compromise. Like, he was gonna sell it. He was going to sell it. Or he was already on the hook for something and he was trying to pay off his debts with it. Warlord. I love it.
More than a padlock or whatever security they had at a hotel is deeply alarming. And I have asked for, along with Chairman Maloney, a damage assessment by the intelligence community and a briefing to Congress.
Will you get one? Have you heard from the Director of National Intelligence?
I have not heard back yet, but I'm confident we will get one, and I'm confident the intelligence community will do a damage assessment that is, I think, fairly routine when there has been the potential of disclosure of national security information or classified information. And what is, to me, most disturbing here is the degree to which, at least from the public reporting, it attempted, it appears to be willful on the president.
Bamboo fibers.
The keeping of these documents after the government was requesting them back and that adds another layer of concern.
So if there were truly materials of this classification level, and it's been publicly reported elsewhere that there were materials related to nuclear programs, for example, if there was that sensitive level of information being held, why did Justice Department officials wait 18 months after the end of the Trump presidency?
They didn't. I already explained this.
Made this immediate.
I don't know, but if the Trump people represented that they provided all the classified or national security information and didn't, that's a serious problem. And I can tell you, anyone in the intelligence community that had documents like that marked top secret SCI in their residence after authorities went to them, they would be under serious investigation.
The president has broad declassification authority when he is in office, but typically a declassification is memorialized in some way. Can you seek out the answer to the question of whether there actually is record of whether Donald Trump declassified that? That's his defense here, that anything he had already declassified.
Yes, we should determine, whether there was any effort during the presidency to go through the process of declassification. I've seen no evidence of that, nor have they presented any evidence of that. The idea, first of all, a former president has no declassification authority.
Right.
And the idea that 18 months after the fact, Trump could simply announce, well, I'm, retroactively declassifying, or whatever I took home had the effect.
But Adam, see, you're wrong. He's secretly still the president. He's been operating out of Mar-a-Lago while they've just been letting Biden pretend he's a... Do you not follow QAnon, Adam? You're on the intelligence committee, I'm pretty sure. Do you not know about Q? Is Q not giving you the same drops he's giving me?
Of declassifying them is absurd. But nonetheless, the statutes the Justice Department are asserting in the search warrant don't even require that they still be classified if they would be dead.
It's almost, Dustin, you asked, but I thought it was all planted. How can any of it be declassified? They're just throwing whatever ketchup they can at the wall to see what sticks.
Security. It's a problem. It's a major problem. And finally, I'd like to add the reaction of many of my Republican colleagues and those around the former president to attack the FBI over this. And endanger FBI agents is just another damaging level of irresponsibility.
Also, we learned this past...
It be what they do, though.
Congressman Scott Perry, who leads the Freedom Caucus, the Justice Department seized his cell phone as part of their investigation into the attempt the election results in 2020 and that slate of fake electors.
Congress needs a good purging.
To his actions and the slate of fake electors. We heard during the public testimony about...
But once again, I'm not partisan in any way. I'm not partisan in any way. I want all the QAnon fucks and the treasonous pieces of shit and the Freedom Caucus purged. But also, I want any representative, senator that has been insider trading, which takes out pretty much everybody. I want them all gone. I want Pelosi gone. She needs to retire. So many of these fucks need to retire. Lindell Trump. Yeah. Lindell said that Trump will be president again, that there's going to be something happening in the judiciary. I'm a good Persian, yes. Lindell said there's going to be something happening in the judiciary by the end of the month, but I don't know if we can trust him because,
I was on crack.
Right. About that and some conspiracy theories that he had been talking to Mark Meadows, the chief of staff, about. Are those two parts of those investigations overlapping here?
Well, to the degree that the Justice Department appears to be investigating the fake elector plot, then yes, our investigations would very much be overlapping. What is to me most striking about the seizure of that phone is, in order to do that, of course, they would have to make a showing to a judge or a grand jury about there being probable cause.
Yes.
there was evidence of a crime on that phone. And the fact that it was a member of Congress's phone, I think, would make the Justice Department all the more certain, or need to be certain, that they had the probable cause. And that also suggests the department thinks that this fake elector plot was a violation of law, which...
Now, we've been very critical of Garland here on this show, but I do want to point out, apparently the motherfucker's conviction rate is like 100%. Like, if he comes after you, you're, like, doomed. So, which means he's very selective about the cases that he takes and the cases that he builds. But take that for what you will. Like, his conviction rate is solid.
I think it certainly was. So I think it's very significant in all those respects.
You know, and just that is its own federal investigation there. On another topic, I want to ask you, we are coming up on this 1-year anniversary of the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan and the Taliban takeover of that country. You said at the time of the withdrawal that
Taliban
you would have liked the military to stay on as long as necessary to get Americans out and fulfill our obligation to our allies. You had pledged vigorous oversight. We haven't seen the White House or State Department after action reports on this. The country is just in utter devastation under.
Yeah, I thought we forgot about Afghanistan.
Did it really have to be this bad?
Well, yeah, we could have unfrozen their fucking funds.
Go as it did, and the loss of American lives during that withdrawal, and the degree to which it took months and months, and we continued to try to help people escape from Afghanistan, I think could have been handled differently. But I do think that we have demonstrated, the administration has demonstrated with the killing of Zawahiri, the number 2 in Al-Qaeda under bin Laden, that it...
Nobody cares. Nobody cared when it happened.
A year later, to go after those that threaten the country wherever they may be, in this case, the heart of Kabul. I think, the killing of Zawahiri shows both the danger and also our capability. The danger in that I think clearly high elements of the Taliban government had to know that he was there and were giving him safe harbor. But
Is
at the same
Al-Qaeda an
time, we
ongoing
have
threat?
demonstrated we can and will go after anyone. Al-Qaeda is an ongoing...
I assume that the Taliban gave him up. Like, Schiff had a different interpretation of it. I assume that the Taliban gave him up in exchange for something from us. And I don't know what that something is, but that was the assumption I was operating on. Because apparently this dude had been hiding for 20-something years, and just all of a sudden, he's just out in the open. And then we know where he's at. McGritty! Yo! So, like, I assume the Taliban made some sort of deal with us and gave us that dude. Do you guys see it differently? Do you see it the way Schiff does? That they were actually protecting him? Why, if they were protecting him, why are they not upset about it? Why are they not upset that the U.S. did that to him? It doesn't make sense to me. But I didn't want to talk about Afghanistan. We're still on fucking Trump. We're not fucking Trump, not literally. Hopefully the justice system doesn't fuck Trump.
Well, we have a number of concerns, Brianna. Obviously, one is whether or not the raid itself was.
Republicans are still all up in arms. They've backed off a little bit, but this is a compilation of them today talking about the raid on Mar-a-Lago in the wake of the release of the affidavit. They're calling for the release of the affidavit.
We have this list from the FBI, but we don't have conclusive as to whether or not this actually is classified material and whether or not it rises to the level of the highest classified material.
We've never had a former president of the United States served with a search warrant. There was a subpoena. The court could have enforced the subpoena. That should have been a last stage process.
He didn't comply with the subpoena.
That remains an open question, and we know exactly where to look, and that is the affidavit of probable cause, the one document that remains under seal. So because we don't have that information, I've encouraged all of my colleagues on the left and the right to reserve judgment.
I think it would be good for the Justice Department to release some of the information about the extraordinary steps or the steps they did take to try to cooperate with the former president. Republicans out there are questioning, why in the world are you going after a former president right now but you didn't go after other individuals who clearly had classified documents or information that was sensitive, and you did not do
Specifically who?
This isn't a criminal prosecution, no charges of
Specifically who? Because the national, you're saying Obama has some shit in Chicago. I've heard that story. The National Archives says no. We are in possession of the documents that Obama has in Chicago. They are in a facility that we control. Donald Trump was rogue. He just had some fucking shit that he was probably trying to sell people.
But what really happened here was a judge looked at this and said, yeah, there's evidence, enough evidence to warrant a search warrant to go in there and retrieve those documents that are of high national security classification.
The fact that they were in an unsecure place that is guarded with nothing more than a padlock or whatever security they had at a hotel is deeply alarming. And I have asked for, along with Chairman Maloney, a damage assessment by the intelligence community and a briefing to Congress.
Will you get one? Have you heard from the Director of National Intelligence?
I have not heard back yet, but I'm confident we will get one.
Nobody's claiming that it's okay to have, certainly I'm not, that it's okay to have classified information anywhere outside of a SCIF.
Do you take home documents marked special access?
No.
No.
And yet you're casting doubt.
And quite frankly,
on whether
I've been in the Oval Office with the president. I'd be very surprised if he has actual documents that rise to the level of immediate national security threat.
I bet he does. I bet he was trying to sell nuclear secrets to Saudi Arabia. He apparently had information on the placement and salaries of spies that we have, which I think would be a good thing to sell to Russia if he wanted to. Not that it would be a good thing to sell it to Russia, but if he wanted to make money, that would be how you do it. A Trump indictment over mishandling classified documents is now a very real possibility. I think it is too. The warrant obtained by the FBI to search former President Donald Trump's office and residence at Mar-a-Lago. I think the chances of me being bald on this stream before the end of the year are pretty high. Just telling you guys. I think the Georgia investigation is going to go somewhere. I think the DOJ clearly has its sights set out on him. So exactly, Trump's lawyers told the FBI they'd returned all the documents. Somebody ratted him out. Only reason he would steal them because he planned to. That's the only plausible explanation. Venging Pineapple, indeed. Who are Julius and Ethel Rosenberg? Are those just random names you're throwing out? I'm just gonna throw these names out here. They were American citizens. Oh shit, we're getting a history lesson here. Were American citizens who were convicted of spying on behalf of the Soviet Union. The couple were convicted of providing top secret information about radar, sonar, jet propulsion, and valuable nuclear weapons designs. Convicted of espionage in 1951, they were executed by the federal government at Sing Sing Correctional Facility. The first American civilians to be executed for such charges and the first to receive that penalty during peacetime. That's never going to happen. But he might actually get locked up over it. He might actually get locked up over it. There was a suicide on Capitol grounds. This might have happened on Friday. Might have been Saturday. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if this is related to the current wave of violence we are seeing against law enforcement on behalf of Trump supporters.
And first, we want to stress there's no information at this time into what motivated this. But a man is dead after he crashed his car into a barricade near the Supreme Court early this morning. Capitol Police say his car became engulfed with flames.
This is today.
He then got out of his car and fired several shots in the air. As Capitol Police approached, the man shot himself. No one was hurt. Joining me right now is NBC News Capitol Hill correspondent Ali Rafa. So, Ali,
well,
what have we learned about who this man was and what his motive could have possibly been?
Yeah, Lindsay, I'm glad you stressed that off the top there. We're still not sure what the motive was here, especially because we know lawmakers are back home during this August recess. So that's something that Capitol Police say that they are looking more into.
Didn't this happen last year at the exact same time? The dude with the, like, we watched the whole video of him with his bomb in his truck. I think they took him alive though. But I think it was like the exact same time and Congress was out of session and shit. The Supreme Court was out of session.
As far as who this man was, where he's from, they say that they're aware of 2 addresses from Delaware and Pennsylvania that he's lived at, as well as a criminal record that goes back around a decade. But as far as his identity, they're waiting until notifying the next of kin before releasing that publicly. But once the sun came up today, that's when we saw really some chilling images after this crash that happened around 4 o'clock in the morning when this man plowed his car into this barrier right between the Supreme Court and the Library of Congress, really just a block away from the Capitol grounds. Capitol Police Chief giving an update this morning saying that in light of this, you know, the backdrop here, this rise in threats to law enforcement nationwide, that's also happening here at the Capitol. Take a listen.
There's always some chatter somewhere.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. That entire fucking thing. Oh, shit. Let me start over. Police identified the man as 29-year-old Richard A. York III of Delaware. His motive remains unclear. An investigation is underway into York III's background, according to authorities. A very preliminary check on social media didn't reveal anything. Part of the investigation is we talk to the individual's family and friends to see if perhaps we can get more information. We do know that the subject has a criminal history over the past 10 years or so, but nothing at this point that would link him to anything at the Capitol. The incident comes amid what law enforcement has called heightened concerns for political violence.
And certainly the Capitol is a very high-profile target.
Oh, his background is York the First and York the Second. Did somebody redeem the no cussing? Fuck you if you did. Oh, nobody did.
That we had not had anything specific over the last few days that we would have had any idea that something like this would have happened. But I think, like law enforcement nationwide, we are on a higher alert. We have put some enhanced security operations in effect so that we can not only try and hopefully deter and prevent something like this from happening, but certainly respond very quickly to mitigate it if we have to.
So one big question now is how he was able to get so close to the Capitol. This
Just
very
one?
he crashed into is a block away. He then, as you mentioned, went off on foot, shooting his gun into the air, and officers didn't respond to him and approach him until he was actually setting foot onto the Capitol grounds. So that's something that Capitol Police is definitely looking into, Lindsay.
Yes, Lindsay. Yes. So, what are you guys taking bets on? Disaffected Trump supporter? It seems to fit. It seems to fit. Given the time frame and everything. As the dude that had the bomb in front of the Supreme Court, he was a disaffected Trump supporter. Wait, I skipped something, didn't I? I skipped a whole bunch of shit. I'm sorry. Here are some Fox News hosts defending Trump and his bullshit.
News alert sources tell Fox News that the records seized by the FBI during the raid on Mar-a-Lago were covered by attorney-client privilege. And back in June, the former president's lawyers certified
it doesn't make any sense, you fucks.
Was even at the property.
Fox and Friends contributor Bill Bennett joins us now.
Let me ask you a question. Sky Comment, what'd you, huh? Did I miss a, God damn it. Oh, fuck. Cool. You're awesome, Sky Comment. You have to tell me. So, I've been fighting with Stream Elements this whole time anyway. But, like, it doesn't show up on Stream. Like, you have to, like, have another plug-in on top of Stream Elements to make that show up. And I'm working on that. I'm working on finding the right one. But, okay. We're going to do the no cussing thing. I said that really fucking hillbilly, didn't I? No cussing. Every time I use a profanity, we reset the clock until I can make it to 10 minutes without a curse word. We have had one instance where it was questionable. What is that? Is that a profanity? And I deferred to the chat, and I'll let the chat decide, did I cuss or not? They actually said I didn't on that one. I don't remember what it was. Hell, maybe? Oh, hell. All right, now you guys get to decide. Is hell a cuss word? Do I have to reset the clock? Chat, weigh in.
Bill, great to see you this morning.
Thank you.
I think I want to go straight to this issue with you, Bill. You've been around, you've covered and been within administrations for quite some decades. You know,
you can say hell on TV.
If I listen to alternative media today, and if there's classified documents, no one is above the law, right? The rule of law applies to everyone. I'm curious, when it comes to classified documents, famously, President Nixon said, if the president does it, then it is not illegal. Is that
RB tried to trick me.
Truly the standard when it comes to classified documents? The president has the ability to at any time declassify anything.
President does. There is a procedure that the president must follow, but the president can
Ruling from the chat is that hell is not a cuss word. We continue on.
The importance of this situation and the deadly seriousness of it. This is a former president of the United States, very possibly the candidate for president on the Republican side against Joe Biden or whoever it is in 2024. And if you look at the various acts.
Okay. Do you guys believe that Trump, given all of this happened in this past week, do you guys believe that Trump will be the nominee in 2024? What is your guys' confidence on that one? Will he even be able to run? And I don't know, I might have made the prediction sometime last year that he might be too entangled in legal battles to be able to run again. That he's going to have so many fronts going on. There's no way in hell. No way in hell. Well, it's not a they. There's no they that will be able to stop him. Like the Republicans, like the Republican establishment can't stop him. Like he has the power. He's got the power. I mean, like I thought up until last week that he was indeed going to be the nominee. I did not think that the Justice Department was going to act in time to prevent him from being the nominee. I thought if they were going to act, it would have been last year, at the end of last year, the beginning of this year. But now they've acted, so I don't know. I may be back to my he's going to be ensnared in so many legal battles that he is not going to be able to run, that he will not have the bandwidth to run. Here's what I would put my money on. I think the most likely scenario is that he's going to say he's going to run very shortly. We could be with, like, I could get off this stream and Trump announced that he was running, right? Like, that's how close we are to an announcement because of all this. But I don't think by the time that January, February comes around and we're getting into, oh shit, I'm a year off. Fuck. I'm a year off, aren't I? I am. By the time that the fall comes around next year, oh shit, it didn't reset it. By the time that the fall comes around next year and they're going to be in the debates, I don't think he's going to be in the running. I don't know that the GOP can control him. I don't think Ronna McDaniel doesn't have a leash on him. Nobody has a leash on him. Nobody can contain that mythical fucking beast. God damn it. All right, back to the video, because that's usually how I get through these 10-minute periods
that are suggested being violated. One of them is the Espionage Act.
Kind of cheating, but it's what we do in the show. I will say I don't purposely play videos to get out of the no profanity thing. I'm just doing my show. You guys activate it, and it's like I'm going to still follow my list as it is. Whether it's a video or it's me fucking reading shit. God damn it. I gotta give him enough time to reset, apparently.
Of espionage. Now, everybody's talking about the affidavit. The affidavit will clarify what justified the warrant. I'm not so sure. I think it could still be very general and very vague. You know, sober authorities like Andy McCarthy have said, look, this is beginning to feel very much like a fishing
Do that thing.
They went down there to get whatever they could, to find out whatever they could use against President Trump, former President Trump. And Andy McCarthy believes, and many people believe, it's about January 6th. The larger picture, very quickly, is a crisis of legitimacy in this country. The liberals, the progressives, feel that Donald Trump is not a legitimate person, not a legitimate candidate, wasn't a legitimate president, and his followers...
Oh, do I need to reset? Well, fuck.
Conservatives, on the other hand, believe that by the actions of this government, it has delegitimized itself. The FBI is not what the FBI should be. Maybe we'll get some clarification from that affidavit. I'm not so sure. Let's wait and see.
It's very well put. A legitimate.
You're over there on the YouTube, though. You could be delayed by a little bit.
Very well put, for sure.
Oh, who was this guy anyway? I didn't even know.
But we have a...
Somebody's blowing up my notifications. Oh, it's still this dude. After David? Trump's lawyer. This it's been mentioned in stories, but I actually had it. As a separate story, Trump's lawyer signed a statement months ago saying all classified documents had been turned over. A report says the FBI found more during its raid on Mar-a-Lago. Because of course it did. Watergate prosecutor was asked to join Trump's defense team but declined. Donald Trump is seeking to staff up his legal team as he faces investigations in Florida, Georgia, New York, and Washington, D.C. In Georgia, Trump bulked up his legal team by hiring billion-dollar lawyer Drew Findling, who is best known for defending famous rappers. Findling called for Trump to be impeached on his 24th day in office. Did this dude defend... Hold on. Oh my God, yes, this dude. He has represented Cardi B, Gucci Mane, Migos. Oh, this is fantastic. Ben Jerome. America's going downhill with Bob. Whatever, dude. America, fucking Ben Jerome. Let me tell. I gotta reset the fucking timer now. God damn it. Well, I'm getting ready to talk about Reagan, so I'm gonna have to turn it off. Dude, Ronald fucking Reagan has more to do with what the fuck is going on in this country right now and why it's going down the drain than fucking Biden. Do you understand? Now, that doesn't mean that Biden hasn't been consequential during his time as a senator. But you're probably to the right of Biden, so I don't have any regard for what the fuck you're saying. Because you're like fucking Biden wasn't neoconservative enough for me. Yeah, fuck off. I'm not buying that one. I mean, if exactly did Drew ask for payment in advance, I would not defend Trump unless he is paying every bit of it up front. No half and half, no nothing. What about border crisis? Bordering a recession, my ass. Fuck off. Biden might actually be less bad than Obama. As of right now, Biden has been a better president than Obama. Not as likable, but has been a better president than Obama. I'll give it up. I'll go that far. For 2 years into his presidency, or a year and a half, Biden has been better than Obama. It's not a controversial statement. I'm not an Obama hater, but like you got to recognize Obama for what he was. He was just another neoliberal. He was a blue dog Democrat that used progressive language to try to harness progressive fundraising. Yeah, Scott Common is not saying much. Dude fucking couldn't tell you what he's even talking about. Poor foreign policy. He can't talk foreign policy. He couldn't find Montenegro on a map. I bet. He couldn't find Montenegro on a map. He probably doesn't even know what continent Montenegro is on. He probably thinks Montenegro is in Antarctica or some shit. That's a callback. If you've been watching the whole time, that one probably that tickled your funny bone. Trump is also seeking to expand his Florida legal team after the FBI executed a search warrant at his Mar-a-Lago estate. The report noted former OAN reporter Christina Bobb became the face of Trump's legal pushback, booking time on Fox and other conservative media outlets. But behind the scenes, Trump's allies initiated a hunt for new attorneys who might be more experienced with complex battle with the Justice Department they knew was about to begin. Let me hold on. Over here, I have I think it's on Twitter. I think it's this Christina Bobb gal. I think I have a video of her. Let's see it. Let's see what she's like. Oh no, this is not. This is one of his other attorneys. Alina Habba. So we're going to hear from Alina Habba on Real America's Voice. I'm sorry it's not Christina Bobb. Christina Bobb.
What we're dealing with here, I say it 100 times. If he's not leading in the polls, I've sat across from him every time he gets frustrated. I say to him, Mr. President, if you would like me to resolve all your litigation, you should announce that you are not running for office and all of this will stop.
No, it won't. I think he's operating under the belief that running for office is what will make it stop.
That's what they want. That's what they want.
There's a lot of truth to that.
I also want to point out to you, Ben Jerome, because you're probably fucking stupid, that to the extent presidents have an effect on shit like the economy, it takes a couple of years. You've actually been living in Trump's economy, and the economy he took credit for was really the Obama economy. Like, I can show you the trends. They just continue through Obama, and then COVID happens. And then that's really when you put all that shit on Trump, because it was his response. And so we've been living with the aftermath of his COVID policy, his tax policy, his trade war. Because, here's the thing. I can show you a blog from 2019 that says that lumber prices are going up and that it's a good thing. That Trump's tariffs on Canadian lumber was driving up the price of lumber, and that it was a good thing, that we needed it. So it's weird when you fucks talk about inflation, because it seems like you're only just a partisan hack trying to attack from whatever side. Oh my God! I had just earlier I had just mentioned that there had been a mass shooting, but no one had been killed, so it didn't make the news. But apparently we now have a mass shooting in Illinois. Report of shots fired at Six Flags Great America in Gurnee. Police are responding to a report of shots fired at Six Flags Great America in Gurnee, Illinois. Several ambulances have been called to the scene. Video circulating on social media shows parkgoers crouched down and hiding where they had been in line. Six Flags is an amusement park. It has roller coasters. This story I'm reading from, which is CBS Chicago, was just posted 25 minutes ago. Dude, what you're saying, giving the Taliban a whole air force, what you're saying is stupid. You're stupid. You're stupid.
Do you think we're stupid? You think we're fools?
Here's the policy. If you want to argue, you got to call in or you got to hop in the Discord. Otherwise, we're going to move on with the news, okay? Because, you're boring. You're boring. You're a boring bitch. You're a boring bitch. When we come back on the other side of the break, we're going to hear Andrew Yang talk about his new political party. I didn't finish doing my notes, so I'm gonna go find some shit we're gonna talk about. I think we're gonna do Ben Shapiro answers viewer questions about religion. That sounds like fun. What else do I have over here I might be able to pull? Scientists at the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratories National Ignition Facility have successfully achieved ignition. I don't even know what the fuck that means, but we might talk about that. Justin Bieber getting canceled after filmed during a Sig Heil. I don't know. That might be something for the Freak Show next week. We could talk about Columbus bans book bags after school shooting threat. Remember, kids, shoot up drugs, not schools. All that and so much more on the other side of the break. We're gonna do weather stories. We're gonna talk about the weather. We're gonna talk about the weather on the other side of the break here on the Troll Patrol live.
Now we turn to YouTuber Justin FREAKIN. The guy's he's a formidable voice in the culture. Uncensored and unfiltered political talk and debate from a leftist perspective. The day's top news stories and videos with astute social commentary.
Not high enough for this shit.
All we're establishing is this guy's wicked sick aesthetic.
Right-wingers are morons.
You brought back the wrong kind of fucking cake, you idiot.
Guess I gotta thank Matt Walsh for introducing me to Justin FREAKIN.
Yet you're like, we'll pray for somebody. You think you can telepathically communicate with a deity, and you have the audacity to say somebody else has a mental disorder. For the love of God. Hi, I'm Justin FREAKIN. I'm a leftist broadcaster and comedian, not liberal, leftist. And despite what you may have heard from right-wing propaganda, George Soros isn't handing out Soros bucks and funding people like me. There are no Koch brothers, Mercers, or any number of right-wing think tanks funding content on the left side of the spectrum the way they fund people like Ben Shapiro, Dave Rubin, and Dennis Prager. And YouTube doesn't monetize videos that are controversial or deal with politics unless you're someone like Steven Crowder. So this is an ultimatum. Become a patron. Support my Patreon, or I'm going to become a right-winger and get some of that easy money. You know for a fact that I could be bigger than Charlie Kirk or Jesse Lee Peterson.
Amazing!
All I have to do is talk about how I used to be an SJW snowflake, but the left went too far with their cultural Marxism, and Republicans are stupid enough to buy it, even though this video exists. And you know I'm right, so give me your money or I'm selling you out. I see our friend has still been talking smack in the chat. Do you want to call in, buddy? Do you want? Oh, I didn't give you guys a meme yet. Hold on. I just sat back down. Let me find one. We need a good meme. Conservatives on Facebook. Are they really laughing at me for being stupid? No, I just triggered them. That's it. Every single fucking idiotic right-winger. RB, it's kind of cold where I'm at. Like right now, like it's a little chilly. She's in there like watching Halloween shit with Halloween decorations up. I'm not high enough for this shit. My bong is empty. My bong is empty. I don't like this. Ew. Let's talk about Taiwan. Another delegate of U.S. officials visited Taiwan. Check out that dramatic music. Senator Ed Markey led the delegation. Other members included Republican and Democratic representatives from America, Samoa, California, and Virginia. The trip comes after a tense visit by House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and threats by China for her meeting with Taiwanese officials. It's according to USA Today. I don't want to say I was for them shooting down her plane, but like, she needs to retire. She needs to retire. I'm just saying. Is that too much to ask? We need some new blood, but not like this. Not like this. This is not how you do it. Andrew Yang goes on CNN to talk about his new political party. Apparently, he got grilled by Jim Acosta.
And let me ask you about your new Forward Party, because you say it's an attempt to appeal to what you say is the moderate, common sense majority. It's also the same name as your book. Is this an attempt to pump up book sales?
Why do I want Nancy Pelosi to retire, Mandy? Because she's old as well. Like, I complain about the baby boomers, and I don't think she's a baby boomer. I think she's the generation before baby boomers. I think Biden is the generation before baby. That's how antiquated our leadership is currently. Like, the average age in thriving democracies is like 35, 40 for your leadership. But not like Andrew Yang. Not like Andrew Yang.
Well, I'd have to say this would be a pretty silly way to go about it, given that we have co-founded a national party that now has tens of thousands of Americans signed up, co-chaired by former governor of New Jersey, Christine Todd Whitman. And the fact is 62% of Americans
But are you
want
just
a
promoting
third party.
yourself? I guess what I'm asking is, are you just out there promoting yourself with this?
Again, Jim, there are, as you can...
I don't believe in any fucking political party that doesn't have a office in most districts that's running candidates on the local level. You're bullshit. You're bullshit.
Easily imagine there are hundreds of better ways to go about promoting a book than starting a political party to do so. I mean, I'm building this party because 62% of Americans want it. We're more polarized than ever. And the fact is the two parties have divvied up the country so that 79 to 90% of races are uncompetitive. Most of the people watching this right now aren't even living under a two-party system. They're living under one party.
Yes, you are correct.
Veteran Democratic strategist James Carville about what he thought of the Forward Party.
Ooh, this should be fun.
Let's listen to that.
I think in a nation awash in really stupid ideas, this stands out as a really stupid idea. Ralph Nader basically elected.
And he would know a stupid idea. And hey, I was asked about this on an interview the other day about, third parties, and I mentioned Ralph Nader. Like, fucking Ralph Nader, if you do not know, Ralph Nader might be one of the greatest Americans to ever live. Ralph Nader is the reason why a lot of the shit that you purchase from stores is safe. A lot of the cars you buy are safe because of Ralph fucking Nader. It is amazing the million ways he's had an impact on your life. If you're an American, clearly warlord, not you. But Ralph Nader is an absolute American hero, but I don't know, going back, it's not like I supported Nader in 2000, but I don't know that, knowing what I know now, I definitely wouldn't have supported Nader, and I would have been supportive of Gore. Absolutely, Sky Comet. There's nothing wrong with being affiliated with a party. I would like to be part of the DSA, but there ain't no fucking DSA here. Fucking Ralph Nader is amazing. However, I don't know that his candidacy, of all the great things that he's done for this country, I don't know that his candidacy wasn't a bad thing that he did for the country. However, he doesn't deserve the bullshit fucking James Carville. He doesn't deserve the bullshit that James Carville throws on him. I didn't know that Bernie didn't like Ralph Nader. That was news to me.
Jill Stein basically elected Donald Trump in 2016.
That's not true.
And the only possible thing this could do is bleed some moderate Republicans off of voting for whoever the Democratic nominee is. This thing is going nowhere. It's vanity. It's look at me. It's performance art.
What's your response to that, Andrew? Is this, hey, look at me?
I thought he said he look at me like a Michael Jackson, like he.
Race, which is not where our focus is at all. Our focus is on the 506,000 locally elected officials, school board members, city council members, mayors, county executives.
I don't believe it.
In the majority of the country, 70% of these races are uncompetitive or uncontested. The American people want real choice. We want to provide
but
it
people obviously
to them
worry.
in their towns and communities and where
those
they live.
lower level races are obviously important, but people worry about another 2016 scenario where a third-party candidate like Jill Stein or Gary Johnson costs Hillary Clinton the election. Don't you think that putting yourself...
I hate the idea that Jill Stein or Gary Johnson cost Hillary Clinton the election. It's just absurd. You don't know that they would have voted for Hillary Clinton. I would think in that election a third party vote would be more than likely to vote for a Trump. I would say that third parties siphoned off more votes from Trump than from Hillary Clinton. And also, no candidate is entitled to anybody's vote. I don't care how existential a threat you feel the other candidate is. You are not entitled to a person's vote. You've got to earn it. And let me tell you, fucking the idea that Bernie cost Hillary Clinton in 2016 is just absolutely absurd when Bernie Sanders did more to campaign for Hillary Clinton in the Midwest than Hillary Clinton did.
Out there putting this party out there as an alternative that appeals to some moderate Republicans could potentially throw the race to Donald Trump, put Donald Trump back in the White House. Is that what you want?
I'm the co-chair of an anti-extremist party. I ran against Trump. So I don't plan on doing anything that's going to increase Trump's odds. But again, 62%
Why not run as a
of
Democrat
Americans
again?
want a third party. And we are looking right now at a competitive U.S. Senate race as one example, where you have an independent Evan McMullin running neck and neck with a Trump-endorsed incumbent in an environment
but the Democratic
that,
Party
frankly,
in Utah,
the
Democratic Party out in Utah got behind Evan McMullin. Andrew, why not run again as a Democrat? If you want to be president, run again as a Democrat.
Oh, he wouldn't be president as a Democrat.
I haven't made any conclusions about 2024 except for the fact that the United States...
Andrew Yang, if he wanted to be president, would probably do best to fucking run as a Republican. To be honest with you. Just saying, if you really want to be president, the Republican ticket is probably your best bet, sir.
States needs a unifying positive third-party movement because we're getting increasingly polarized. And if it's not Trump, it's going to be a successor to Trump because this system is uniquely vulnerable to authoritarianism. You have a two-party system.
But I can hear
in
the
a
folks
country
over
that
at the White
88% of
House,
people think
President
are on the wrong
Biden
track.
has had
We just
Republican...
need a better system.
But President Biden, I can hear Democrats over at the White House saying President Biden has had Republican support on a number of agenda items. He is trying to work in a bipartisan fashion. Why not try to support...
Yeah, Biden is the compromise. I want a true leftist party.
I support attempts to cross the aisle, but we can all see that 7 out of 10 of the...
What Andrew Yang is describing is exactly what Biden is. This amalgamation of the two parties, some meat in between fucking shit of what should be a leftist party. That's what Biden is. A center-right fucking politician.
Republicans that bravely voted to impeach Trump.
Ranked choice voting now. I love it. Andrew Yang, if you want to actually see third parties succeed, Fucking ranked choice voting it's not an end all be all, but it is a great step in the right direction for getting third parties elected. Focus on that. Make that a campaign. But don't start your own fucking stupid ass party and run for president. No. If you believe in what you say you believe in, do that. Do that instead.
January comes along, and the moderate population in both parties is unfortunately dwindling quickly. So the political incentives end
That's
up
not true either.
Disproportionately empowering the 10% of extremes on both sides.
But you're going to have
and
to
that
come up
has
with policy
really
positions.
negative results.
Right,
we
but
just
Andrew,
need a better system.
Yeah, but Andrew, you're going to have policy positions at some point.
I'm trying to get you a Maynard. He's not in here very often, but also he's not wanting to come to me.
Well, I personally think that women's reproductive rights are fundamental human rights, but the Forward Party has not left or right, but forward stance on even the most divisive and contentious issues.
Well, what does
because
that
there's
mean?
a
Don't you have to
common
take a
sense
position
majority
on something?
view
Don't you have to
most
take a position
all
on
of-
something? You can't just say, well, this is a hot button issue, so I'm not going to take a position on it. You know, if you want to run the country, you're going to have to make some hard decisions, Andrew.
Again, the Forward Party is about that common sense consensus.
Oh, Smokey was the one that was missing, and yeah, we got Smokey.
Abortion, it's clear.
What about
I can get you a Smokey. Yeah, I want to go back and hear that. Hold on, let me get you a Smokey. He's your Smokey baby. Doc's chilling right there. Trying to get a Maynard, because Maynard, since we've been here, Maynard's kind of like he's drifting away from me. He's drifting away from me. Yeah, I don't know what the compromise, but on the issue of abortion, Roe was the compromise. I don't know what he's talking about.
And the moderate population in both parties is unfortunately dwindling quickly. So the political incentives end up disproportionately empowering the 10% of extremes on both sides.
But you're going to have
and
to
that
come up
has
with policy
really
positions.
negative results.
Right,
we
but
just
Andrew,
need a better system.
Yeah, but Andrew, you're going to have policy positions at some point. How does the Forward Party feel about Roe versus Wade? Should it have been overturned?
Well, I personally think that women's reproductive rights are fundamental human rights, but the Forward Party has not left or right, but forward stance on even the most divisive and contentious.
You can't take that stance. You can't take that stance. You can't say, I believe this is a fundamental right, but then I'm going to be in a party that compromises on this. It's stupid. It's absolutely ignorant. Stop being ignorant.
Don't you have to take a position on something? Don't you
on
have to take a
most all
position on
of-
something? You can't just say, well, this is a hot button issue, so I'm not going to take a position on it. You know, if you want to run the country, you're going to have to make some hard decisions, Andrew.
Again, the Forward Party is about that common sense consensus majority view, which is very clear on abortion. It's clear.
What about
on
guns? What about
It's
assault
clear
weapons?
On climate change. It's actually clear on just about every issue under the sun.
Should 18-year-olds
And
be
we're
able
not
to buy
getting progress on any of those
AR-15s?
issues because of the nature of our system.
It is clear on all of those issues, and it is to the left of the Democratic Party. The position of the majority of people in this country are not in between the Democratic Party and Republican Party, but are to the left of the Democratic Party. I assure you, sir.
Should 18-year-olds be able to buy AR-15s?
Again, the common sense consensus majority is that there should be some rules around background checks and access to firearms, but we're not getting any of
Wow.
because the two-party system does not need to deliver.
But it doesn't sound
any
like you're
meaningful
taking any
solution for
hard
the two
positions.
parties.
Yeah, what are the positions?
It sounds like you're sort of a fill-in-the-blank party. If somebody wants a party with no clear policy positions, you're it. But unfortunately, in the real world, you have to take a position on something.
Well, we're for the common sense consensus view on guns, abortion, climate change, but we're not getting a common sense consensus
what are those
result
positions?
on any of those things, Jim. And
Those
Americans
are just
smart
sort
enough
of
to reason
fuzzy.
why.
But
It's
those are
because
fuzzy.
You're not giving us a common sense position, asshole.
common sense, middle of the ground. That sounds wonderful.
Learn to feel embarrassment. Fuck.
Wonderful. That sounds great. But at the end of the day, don't you have to take a position on something?
Well, the great thing is the American people know where we want the country to go. And what we know that we need a more dynamic, truly representative system than we're getting right now, which is why the Forward Party is growing so quickly. Tens of thousands of Americans have signed up in all 50 states because we know that the two-party system...
Tens of thousands. Do you know there's like 350 million people in this fucking country, you stupid fuck?
Will you pledge to...
and you've got a percentage of a percent?
About where your money comes from?
Yeah, it's transparent for all to see. And the people that are bankrolling us are everyday Americans who are sending $10, $20, $30 because there's such an enormous appetite for change.
Any
and one of the things I tell people...
Any corporate money coming in? Outside money?
Again,
foreign money?
it's completely transparent for all to see. But I can say that our money has not been coming in from corporations. It's been coming in from everyday Americans who want something better for
and
us and our families.
You'll pledge to put that on a website, or if a news organization comes to you and says, we'd like to see this information, will you pledge to make that information available?
Well, Jim, I'm going to actually tell you, we don't have a choice. Like, we have to file every 3 months, so anyone who wants to see it can just check it out.
And finally, I guess, it would be good to be able to get a clear answer from you on Donald Trump.
Do not
what is
sign up for Andrew Yang's party.
Candidate become president of the United States, or to make sure that Donald Trump stays out of the White House. Let me put the question this way. If you were a Forward Party candidate, let's say in 2024, and you are running the risk of drawing voters away from the Democratic Party candidate in a way that would put Trump back in the White House, would you pull back to avoid that situation from happening?
Well, Jim, the truth is that you could resolve this particular issue very, very straightforwardly by adopting something called ranked choice voting.
Scott, well, at least he's mentioning that. Scott comment, the Forward Party platform is we face forward, not backward, always twirling, always twirling, always twirling. I'm sorry, I just misquoted Simpsons badly. It's literally the platform, though. It's literally it's the Kodos platform, I think. Pulls up another instance of Andrew Yang here.
Let me ask you about your new Forward Party. Because
shut up, Jim Acosta. I fucked that up.
My fellow Americans, as a young boy, I dreamed of being a baseball. But tonight I say we must move forward, not backward, upward, not forward, and always twirling, twirling, twirling towards freedom.
There you go. That is the Forward Party platform.
As a young boy, I dreamed of being a baseball. But tonight I say we must move forward, not backward, upward, not forward, and always twirling, twirling, twirling towards freedom.
So there you go. That's Andrew Yang.
Which would enable people to vote for anyone they want, and then if their number one choice doesn't win, then their second choice would get their vote. But the truth is that neither Democrats nor Republicans really want to solve for what you're calling the spoiler effect, because they're more about limiting the choices of the American people.
Me too, Ray. And I said this to my buddy last night. I'm like, there's now more bad episodes than there are good episodes of The Simpsons. And he's like, no way. And I'm like, dude, you've got 12 good seasons. 7 of those are gold. Yeah, that was Bill Clinton. That was from the Treehouse of Horror episode. Kang and Kodos come down and they take the bodies of Bill Clinton and Bob Dole. Nobody believes Homer because he's soaked in rum. Sure, Rummy. They do have decent episodes, but like it's nowhere near what it was in its heyday. There are more bad episodes than there are good episodes of The Simpsons now. And that's sad. It's really sad. I wish it had ended at like season 15, season 16. I thought that when the movie came out, that was like a perfect time. Like the movie should have put an exclamation point on the show. Leave it at that. See, the movie was the perfect ending point. I kept up with it well into like college, and maybe even like up to like 2015, 2016. Cause like I was always like, Homer's always good for at least a one-liner that cracks me up. But like it's over now. It's over. I need to actually watch American Dad. That's like the one. This is the one Seth MacFarlane cartoon I don't watch. Star Craving, welcome. It's been a weird night. We've had a lot of weird shit going on around here. Star Craving. Fucking love Archer. Archer's one of my favorite fucking shows ever. The episode where Archer is taken captive by Somali pirates, and they got the translator. It's like the white nerdy guy, and like he's translating for Archer, and Archer keeps using idioms, and the dude's like, idioms don't translate. And like that whole back and forth just cracks me up. And then the pirate's like, every dog has his day. And Archer's like, that's an idiom. Oh my God. Fucking love that show. Guys, if we're getting off on TV, I have to talk about The Rehearsal. You motherfuckers have to watch The Rehearsal. My God, The Rehearsal. I've tried to show Curious or The Rehearsal because fuck The Rehearsal. I knew it would be. I watched the hell out of Nathan For You, and like I was all into it. I was all fucking into Nathan. That is the funniest shit I have ever seen in my life. And then when they get to the series finale, the Finding Francis, holy goddamn shit. That whole thing is a roller coaster ride. That dude showing up and like saying like he wishes he'd married the woman from 50 fucking years ago and she wishes he could go find her. And I love Sacha Baron Cohen, right? Like I was a big fan of Ollie G back in the day. Like I watched Ollie G on HBO. That shit cracked me the fuck up. So I've been with it. I'm OG since Ollie G. And like Nathan Fielder worked on Who Is America with Sacha Baron Cohen, and that show is fucking amazing. For those of you who have not heard of The Rehearsal, let me find the trailer for you. We'll watch the trailer here. Cause like this is just like this is a fucking mind fuck. We may not even talk about all the tragic stories I have for here at the end. We may just talk TV and leave it at that.
I've been told my personality can make people uncomfortable. Hey.
Well, you know,
I think we're gonna get along pretty well. But I've learned that if you plan for every variable, a happy outcome doesn't have to be left to chance. This conversation's going pretty well.
Yes.
So that's no accident. everything that's happened today.
And I just like fucking, you get like 5 episodes in because that's where they're at right now in the season. And we're talking like it is a triple, quadruple layer of Inception fucking comedy brilliance that I can't even wrap my head or like I had to stop and pause. Like how many layers deep into this shit we are. And what, like, I have no clue what is real about this. Good night, Sky Comet. Sweet dreams. Like, I have no clue, like, supposedly it's not actors. That this is real people in situations. But my God, like, it's so absurd, I don't know how it couldn't be written, but then it's so absurd, like, I don't know how you could write it.
I've rehearsed it. Hey, hi, Nathan. Dozens of times. In a replica of your home. This is what we can do for you and you.
You know, just off the top of my head, I would say sure, let's go with it.
This is gonna be fun.
It will be.
My goal is for your rehearsal to reflect reality.
The government has Sasquatch liaisons. I love you, Daddy.
With this show, if your performance isn't accurate, you could ruin someone's life.
This is all sort of absurd.
Keep them crying. Don't let up.
Okay, I gotta tell you something. I don't want to talk to you again.
Do you find it's been healthy for you here?
Are you sure you want to do this?
I don't really like lying to people.
You're a liar.
And the whole time when it's snowing and it's Christmas time, I don't think it's Christmas time. Like, they're spraying the snow on the car and shit. And then they're driving through the town. It's not summertime, but I think it's like fall. Because I was trying to like look at the trees and shit around them. Like, they're driving around in this vehicle that's covered in snow.
Yeah, neither do I.
You're Willy Wonka and Charlie Bucket.
I'm the bad guy in
Well, but he's a dream maker.
Okay.
And you're making some dreams happen for
But
me.
kids died in the factory?
Well, they supposedly died.
I'll read the book again just to look into it.
Heard the book is fucked up. This show is fucked up. It is a mind trip. Watch it if you want a mind trip. I got a Maynard wanting out now. I definitely don't want to end on all these like, okay, we're gonna watch the video of the fires and the flooding, and like, you know, the world ending. Oh! I had a setup for this. Here's Al Gore. Here's Al Gore talking about how the Democratic bill is going to affect climate change.
Faces a federal criminal investigation to his handling of classified records. Democrats in the House today passed a major bill that includes hundreds of billions for green.
Cicero, let me go get Maynard. He's right here. He's yapping to get out. He hasn't been on stream in quite some time. Hey, Maynard. What's up, buddy? He's so soft. But like, he will claw you. He's a very handsome boy. You know, I have a let me see if I've got it here. Oh shit.
I was on crack.
I just shut everything down there, didn't I? Hold on. I didn't do that right. Let me try this again. I might have my Maynard drop here. I don't use it. I don't know why I don't use it. I should use it. Since we're talking about Maynard. Not Freak Show graphics. Troll Patrol. Troll Patrol. I haven't broke out Woke Moralist tonight. Where are you at, Maynard? Here we go. Yeah. He's judging you. You guys like the Maynard drop? Should I keep that one? I'm not sure how I feel about it. Apparently I didn't like it too much. He's a little loud. I might have to turn him down a little bit here. Turn Maynard drop down. He's yelling at me right now. You can stop yelling anytime, buddy. Nobody wants to hear that shit. I'll let you out when I'm done. See if that's better. Maynard is judging you. Yes.
Green energy and healthcare initiatives. The bill, which the president says he'll sign next week, represents a much-needed victory ahead of what's sure to be a difficult midterm election for Democrats. Perspective now on the bill from someone whose name is virtually synonymous with the fight against climate change, former Vice President Al Gore. Mr. Vice President, I appreciate you joining us.
That was a little creepy.
The Inflation Reduction Act was passed by the House this afternoon. Speaker Pelosi called
He
it
looks waxy.
Senator Bernie Sanders, who's obviously not been shy about arguing the bill doesn't go far enough, tweeted that it's, quote, a very small step forward. Where do you stand specifically when it comes to its...
Am I the only one that feels a little weird about this? It was a weird cut to Gore, and I like Al Gore.
From someone whose name is virtually synonymous with the fight against climate change, former Vice President Al Gore. Mr. Vice President, I appreciate you joining us. Before the inflation...
That just seemed creepy.
By the House this afternoon, Speaker Pelosi called it historic, transformative.
He's too shiny.
Sanders, who's obviously not been shy about arguing the bill doesn't go far enough, tweeted that it's, quote, a very small step forward. Where do you stand specifically when it comes to its effect on climate change?
Well, Bernie is right that we have a lot more work to do, but there's no question that Speaker...
Yeah, Bernie is right about a lot of shit.
We are crossing a significant threshold here. This is by far the largest initiative to help solve the climate crisis that any country has ever taken. And the amount of money is one thing.
It's such a low bar.
$1 billion is quite significant, but the way that it's deployed is also very significant. And there are things in it that I wouldn't have preferred, but they're very minor compared to the huge benefits of the bill as a whole.
The energy and climate modelers have said that it could reach its goal, the bill could reach its goal of reducing U.S. carbon emissions by 40% from 2005 levels by 2030. Can you just give us a sense of where you think those reductions
Wow. I did not expect that.
Well, they will come from the carbon emitted in...
Yeah, at least his audio is good.
They will come in the reduction of emissions from transportation. We will see a huge speeded up shift to electric vehicles with new charging networks and tax credits for purchasing electric vehicles, including used electric vehicles. We'll see the speedy retirement of a lot of fossil fuel facilities that now burn coal and gas, and their replacement with new solar and wind facilities. We'll see the rapid deployment of more and more battery storage. Those are some of the most significant items.
Some environmental groups have criticized the bill because of provisions that require the federal government to auction oil and gas leases on federal land, also in the Gulf of Mexico. Do you agree with those criticisms?
I do.
Probably.
Some of the items I had in mind when I said there's some things in here I don't like, but if you look at the overall bill through the lens of carbon pollution reductions, there will be some minor increases, but the huge reductions overwhelm the provisions that I wouldn't have preferred. And here we are in a representative democracy where the only way we're going to pass legislation is to come up with a compromise measure that can gain majority support. And the compromises were very minor compared to the magnitude of these fantastic achievements.
I don't know. Like, we compromised down from like 6 trillion.
That had to be compromised, but the rest of the bill is so historic, it has to be put in perspective. And I think that this is going to unleash so much momentum. We are likely to see even larger pollution reductions from this legislation.
As you know, you look at Kentucky and Missouri, they've been dealing with historic flash flooding over the past few weeks. Climate scientists have been telling us for decades that climate change will make
Elkhorn City, Kentucky.
more frequent. You've obviously been talking
right down the road from where I grew up.
Have you seen some climate denialists changing their minds as weather disasters affect more and more people?
Yes, I definitely have. And even many of those who are not comfortable using the word climate or acknowledging that they have changed their mind, they're looking at their whole cards and they're seeing the destruction. Every night on the evening news is like a nature hike through the book of Revelation. For goodness sake, we've had several once in a...
Man, he almost teed me up perfectly to go to all the, Book of Revelations indeed, motherfuckers. I got floods, I got fires.
1,000-year downpours just in the last few weeks. It's incredible. And that's only in this country. All around the world, the same thing is going on. 70% of the American West is in drought now. Think about the scorching heat that people by the 100 million and more have endured over the last few weeks. And it's likely to get much worse. And the scientists who were spot on in predicting what we've been going through should be given more attention now, because they were right in the past when they warn us of what would happen if we did not take steps like the ones in this historic legislation.
China suspended climate talks with the United States in retaliation for Speaker Pelosi's visit to Taiwan last week. How important is cooperation between China and the U.S. when it comes to responding to what's ahead?
Well, I think it's crucial. They are the largest global warming polluter in the world. We are second to them, and obviously cooperation between our two countries is essential. I'm heartened at the news today that President Biden and President Xi Jinping
you got hard on for it
to meet in person. And think about the fact that they had this bad reaction to Nancy Pelosi's trip to Taiwan, but it just ended. And I think that the suspension of climate talks is not going to be of long duration. I hope that prediction is right. I would be willing to bet a lot that without the passage of too much more time, we will see the dialogue started again.
I do briefly want to ask you about just what we learned today from the Department of Justice. They removed 11 sets of classified documents from the former president's Mar-a-Lago residence.
Got to ask you about Trump real fast.
What's
Shit.
your reaction to all we've learned? Does this make sense to you why a former president would have such documents in his Florida mansion?
No, it doesn't. But I want to hasten to add, I don't know the facts. I'll tell you what I do know. I know Merrick Garland. And I don't know that our nation has ever had an attorney general who is more committed to doing things according to the book, according to the proper order. It's unthinkable.
That's what they said about Bob Mueller.
Any kind of rash step or violate the regular order. I have tremendous...
Who when the other night after the Freak Show, I went and watched Zeitgeist with Echoplex. Bob Mueller was the head of the FBI at the time. Bob Mueller's face pops up while we're watching Zeitgeist, like, oh, there's a man that'll come back to haunt us.
Tremendous confidence in him, his probity, and everyone who knows him and has worked with him feels the same way. So I'm sure the Justice Department and the FBI have acted entirely properly. And we will learn more about the facts as they come out.
Former Vice President Al Gore, I appreciate your time tonight. Thank you.
You don't have to keep calling him vice president. Once again, that's something I find weird now. I should have... It was the perfect segue when he was talking about the Book of Revelations going on around the world. It was the perfect segue. I should have took it. These are firefighters battling blazes in Spain's Valencia region. If you remember correctly, we covered the fires in Spain about a month ago. About a month ago now. Fucking wow. Just decimating the countryside. So I'm not exactly sure what we can look it up, the Valencia region. So, like, the people in Spain live, like, around the edges. They don't live in the interior, so I don't know exactly. Like, this may be, like, in, like, one of the interior mountain ranges. No, it's on the outer parts here. Oh, shit. What the fuck? It's here on the eastern side of Spain. A bit like California. It looks like Cali, Texas. I don't know. This part here kind of looks like Kentucky. This is the Valencia region. Falls mainly on the plain. Well, like apparently most of the people in Spain live in this vicinity, and it's like. Boom. Not a lot of people live out here. But also, what do I know? It gives you more of an idea of where this is taking place, though. Fortunately, we're not seeing, like, it doesn't look like it's a densely populated area. We're not seeing a lot of houses, luckily. Calitexucky. Seculoid. Welcome. Thank you for being a freaking follower. I'm Justin Freakin. I do the news. We're about to wrap up for the evening. I usually come on about 8 o'clock Eastern. We heard Al Gore describe what the Democrats' climate bill was going to do, and now we're looking at what climate be doing. Oh, I do the news, but like I get really high and I cuss a lot while doing the news. Dustin, I apologize. I apologize for the ads. I tried, like, didn't I catch him? Oh, I didn't catch him. Oh shit, I didn't catch him. I'm sorry. I was trying to finish up the stories before the ads came again because I didn't want to take another ad break. My apologies. That one's on me. Let me like wait for everybody to get back from the ads. You get new meme just because you got ads. Here you go. On the left, my fear of having kids. On the right, my love for cream pies. And boy howdy, if that's not the story of my life. Well, the ads are to, like, you know, incentivize people to subscribe because subscribers get the ad-free experience. But like, if people aren't subscribed to me, I want to make sure like they don't get any ads during like a cool story we're doing. We're watching a video, like we're on the edge of our seat, and you get a fucking 3-minute ad. That sucks. And I hate ads. I hate ads. So what I've been doing is I've been playing my own, commercials for the Freakin' News, Troll Patrol podcast, subscribe to my YouTube, that thing, and then hitting the Twitch commercials while we're doing those ads. So I try to make sure that the people on Twitch, if you have to watch ads, it's during like my pee-pee break. And I've been taking pee-pee breaks and going and refilling my drinks and shit. Because there for a while I was doing like 3 or 4 hours and like, not taking a break. Because I've been on the radio since I was 16. Like I didn't take a break other than commercials. Now I do commercials, and one of these days I might sell advertising spots. But if I did, it would be like my friends' businesses or some shit. Like it would be like I got friends that have bands. I might sell them ad time to advertise their new CD. Lily Palmer, what's going on? Thank you for being a freaking follower. So if I ever sell ads, it's gonna be something cool. It's not gonna be fucking. I'm not gonna get on here talking about like take your blue chew so you can get a hard on so you can fuck your woman. Ain't gonna be like that. But I may let my friends buy advertising if I get to a certain level. How are you, Lily? I appreciate you being here. My name is Justin Freakin. We were getting ready to wrap up. Like I usually do the news 8 o'clock Eastern time. I had a couple more stories. We're gonna look at the flooding in Las Vegas. I do the news while getting high and cussing a lot, and then people can call in and debate me about shit if they want to. That's always fun. We ain't leaving just yet, and you get an animal video here. I always give everybody an animal video, so you've got incentive to stick around, because I'll give you an animal, and everybody loves animal videos. I don't think there's anybody that turns down an animal video. Oh, maybe we won't get a video today. Maybe I've got a story that we'll need to do. Yeah, that's what I got. I don't have an animal video today. I've got oh motherfucker. Oh motherfucker. That's also a game we play here. People can use their what to name my shit? The freak coin. You can use your freak coin to make me not cuss for 10 minutes. The Lone Survivor. Hey dude, maybe you can answer something for me. Why are people talking about launch codes? Who implanted this idea of launch codes? I have not heard anything about Trump having launch codes. Oh, we're citing American Dad. That one went over my head. We were going over TV earlier, and I said that's the one Seth MacFarlane show I don't watch is American Dad. I do need to watch it. Like I even watched the fucking Cleveland show. God damn it. So if I cuss during the 10 minutes, we got to reset. We do that until I'm able to make it through. Usually we end up watching a video or something, and then I can make it through. Now it's just me chit-chatting. Oh, I owe you flood videos. Let's take a look at flooding in Vegas, which is wild. You know climate change is going nuts when I'm telling you about flooding in the fucking desert. God damn it. I didn't have it out long enough to reset it.
Las Vegas getting slammed with another round of torrential flash floods. Video shows cars driving through bumper-high floodwaters near the Strip.
Oh my God, Dustin's like, hold on, I gotta go get a cup of coffee. We're gonna fucking be here for a while if we have to wait for Justin to go 10 minutes without cussing. So let me go get some fucking coffee. I'm gonna be up all night. There we go. The Vegas Strip hit hard. Wettest monsoon season in decades.
A round of torrential flash floods. Video shows cars driving through bumper-high floodwaters near the Strip overnight. Yesterday's flooding came just 2 weeks after hotels and casinos were drenched. The flooding also knocked out power to more than 17,000 people.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown.
Wow.
Great ABC7 content by clicking the subscribe button for
Mark Brown. Well, that's what all the West is in a severe drought right now, but you can also get torrential downpours and flash flooding. That's what we're seeing in this weird weather. Man, why couldn't I come up with an actual adjective that wasn't a profanity to go there? What's wrong with me? What's happened? I have stunted my own vocabulary.
Speaking of climate change, Californians already haunted by the dual threats of major earthquakes and record-setting drought. Now, a startling new scientific study has found that mega floods in the future could turn California's flatlands into a giant sea. The study found that climate change has already doubled.
Love you, Ray. Good night.
Flooding happening in California.
Sweet dreams.
Meaning cities like Fresno, Bakersfield, and Sacramento.
Hold on. Since you don't get it later, go ahead, light one up, tip one back. It's all right to have a little fun before you hit the sack. I'm Justin Freakin. Good night, Ray.
Up underwater.
Well, hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC.
It's Mark. This is Mark Brown again. Mark Brown again. Mark Brown's haunting me now. Good night, Mandy. If you're leaving too, I'll give you one as well. Go ahead, light one up. Oh, fuck, I fucked it up. Go ahead, light one up, tip one back. It's all right to have a little fun before you hit the sack. I'm Justin Freakin. We'll see you tomorrow night on the Troll Patrol live. Good night, Mandy. I'm not actually leaving you guys. I gotta fulfill my 10 minutes. Let me go get some material here. Let's do this. For those of you who don't realize, I have like a bank on every social media app, like where like I have bookmarks of everything. No, don't leave, RB. New dating app, The Right Stuff, created for conservatives. I already thought they tried this once and it got shut down. A dating app that will be geared towards conservatives will be launched in September. It's called The Right Stuff. You got the right stuff, baby. In the middle of an Oreo. I think I messed the lyrics up. Ooh, I almost said a bad word. I did mess my camera up. I want to be more over this way. There we go. Perfect. Ooh, yeah. In a promotional video, we won't watch the promotional video. This has gotta be gold. Let's watch your promotional video. This is jointherightstuff.com. Dustin, you can wander around their site and try to get an invite. Is it going to let me watch their video? Do I have to go to Google? They don't work on Microsoft browsers, apparently. Yeah, I had to go to Google. Hold on. Here is our intro video for The Right Stuff, a right-wing dating website. Use Google browser for best experience.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan. I've got to tell you about something I am so
Hi, Ryan.
excited to announce. A dating app for all of us conservatives. It's called The Right Stuff, and it's launching this September. What I love most about it is that it's invite only, so not just anyone can join. First of all, it's free to use. And for my
Wait. You have to prove your conservative bona fides? Do you have to send them like a snapshot of your ballot or something? You got to send them your Republican voting registration. You got to have your preacher at church mark off so many attendances to get on the website. How does this work? I'm interested.
ladies, you'll never have to
War Machine.
get premium subscriptions for simply inviting a couple friends. Gentlemen, if you want
Good evening, War Machine.
that's on you. And by the way, those are the only two options. Ladies and gentlemen, The Right Stuff is all about getting
Oh, they've got one joke.
the same values and beliefs as you. You'll start off by building your perfect profile. No pronouns necessary. We want you to put your best foot forward, which includes your favorite photos.
It's the same joke. They've already done it twice in the video. It's the same joke again. Twice. Are they gonna pull the trifecta? Do I bet on the trifecta? Are they gonna say it a third time? They're gonna hit the third one. I'm putting my money down on it now. I'm riding all or nothing. They're gonna say it a third time. There's still a minute and a half in this video and they've dropped it twice already. Are they going to say it a third time?
Photos of yourself doing what you love or being with the people you love. Our prompts give you the opportunity to let people know various sides
Of course.
So remember, be authentic and creative. We're sorry that you've had to endure years of bad dates and wasted time with people that don't see the world our way, the right way. Okay, once you're in the app, you have the ability to scroll through profiles of people in your area, but you can also adjust the settings to see anyone, anywhere. Once you've liked a couple people, you're ready to post a date. You can either keep your options open and post it for everyone to see, or just post it to the people you've liked. This concept is all about getting you out there and getting you on dates.
Wait, what?
So you'll go to the bottom navigation.
Wait, you have to post your dates for everybody to see? What? That didn't make any sense to me.
And click on dates, and then you'll go to the top right-hand corner and hit the plus button. From there, you can create your ideal date. You choose the time and place, and you also have the luxury of choosing the dates that you would like to go on. In the app,
What happens if I just want to invite them over to my apartment and get freaky with them?
You live in sexual anarchy?
Do I have to post like, hey, we're meeting at my place. First time for dinner. She's going to spend the night.
you can see everyone who's liked your profile. And if you like
More than 25% hookers.
that simple. So if you're a young conservative,
If there's any women.
dating life, go to joinrightstuff.com to gain early access. We need to get back to the right way of dating. See you there.
Okay, I lost. I would have lost the bet. They didn't pull the joke a third time. What is a conservative hooker? I mean, I've met them. Believe me, I've met them. There are conservative sex workers. It happens. I knew a conservative trans lady who was a cam girl. Like, 10% women, half of them sex workers. I don't. Last time they tried this, I'm pretty sure they tried to have a right-wing dating site, and didn't it shut down like almost immediately because there were absolutely no women on it? See what else I've got here. Let's see how this works out. So we have Jack Posobiec's dramatic reading of General Milley's resignation letter.
This thing reads like an emotional Tumblr letter that was written by some kind of teenage girl. It's like something that you would find in one of Libs of TikTok's exposés. I'll read to you from a little bit. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I regret to inform you that I intend to resign as your chairman of this Joint Chiefs of Staff. Thank you for the honor of appointing me as senior ranking officer. The events of the last...
So now, this came out in one of the books that we talked about earlier in the week last week. Like, this is a letter that General Milley authored but never actually tendered his resignation to Trump. And he wrote this letter after the clearing of Lafayette Square, where Trump held up the Bible and everything. He marched to Lafayette Square with the fucking generals. God damn it! I was so fucking close. I was so fucking close. God damn it! It didn't reset. Fuck, shit, fuck, motherfucking shit, fuck, bitch, titties, pussy, cunt, cocksucking motherfucker.
I'll read to you from a little bit. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I regret to inform you that I intend to resign as your chairman of this Joint Chiefs of Staff. Thank you for the honor of appointing me as senior ranking officer. The events of the last couple weeks have caused me to do deep soul searching, and I can no longer faithfully and execute your orders. As chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, it is my belief that you are doing great and irreparable harm to my country. I believe that you have made a concerted effort over time to politicize the United States.
So remember, this is a Republican for Turning Points USA criticizing a high-ranking general. They're supposedly the party that, respects the military. And he's mocking a high-ranking general. These people are shameless.
States military, I thought that I could change that. But I've come to the realization that I cannot. And I need to step aside and let someone else try. I'm dead serious. This is exact. I'm reading it verbatim. Mr. President, you are using the military to create fear in the minds of people, and we are trying to protect the American people. I cannot stand idly by and participate in that attack, verbally or otherwise, on the American people. The American people trust their military. We cannot turn back. It continues. Wait. This
Turning Joint USA.
It is my deeply held belief that you are ruining the international order and causing...
I'm not high enough for this crap.
That was fought for so hard by the greatest generation in 1945. 150 million people were slaughtered in the conduct of World War II. They were slaughtered because of tyrannies and dictatorships. That generation, like every generation, has fought against that fought against fascism, that fought against Nazism, has fought against extremism. It is now obvious to me that you don't understand that world order. You don't understand what the war was all about. In fact,
he doesn't understand crap.
Principles that we fought against. And I
caught myself.
And it is with deep regret that I hereby submit my letter of resignation. Our country is run by emotionally unstable, middle-aged white men. These people are deranged.
I don't disagree with that statement.
Deranged eunuch state.
Well, I disagree with that. But like let me listen to that again.
Stable, middle-aged white men. I submit my letter of resignation. Our country is run by emotionally unstable, middle-aged white men.
Well, Trump's the most emotionally unstable of them all. He's not middle-aged. He's totally over the hill. He's on the other side. He's 1 foot in the grave. But like, I don't disagree with that one little snippet.
These people are deranged eunuchs. This is the deranged eunuch state. This is the type of mentality that you get from reading books from the current.
Does eunuch not mean what I think it means? I'm scared to say it now. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Current events section at Barnes & Noble, and then binging too many History Channel documentaries.
Okay, dude. Okay. I'm tempted. Let's just go hit the Rumble here and see what's happening. Boy falls asleep with a French fry on his face. And don't ever have kids. That's what my buddy keeps telling me. Which, as if I would. Oh, it's a cookie. It's not a French fry. I see now. The whole ass cookie on the side of his face. How a kid gonna fall asleep with a whole ass cookie on the side of his face? Probably watching what he wanted to watch on TV. Kid over here with a cookie on his face. I didn't cuss at any point in time there, did I? I wasn't paying attention. I might have cussed at this kid. Kids make me irrationally angry. Cause look at that kid. Who likes kids? Nobody likes kids. My ending pet videos are getting weird. I am saving that comment. That's too good. That's too good. Oh, actually, I don't have a pet video for tonight. We've got a pet story, though, and I've got cute pictures. Oh, yeah, this was just some stupid stuff we found on Rumble. I'm just clicking on stuff. Let me see what I got over here. You want to Russell Brand takes huge red pill and speaks the truth? Let's do that. Let's do that. I haven't eaten today, guys. Like, trying to get through this 10 minutes. It's 20 seconds. How can we determine that Russell is red-pilled in 20 seconds? Charlie Kirk show being deceptive again over here.
I've made a lot of mistakes. I've been wrong many times. But I'm beginning to think I'm right about this. The mainstream media is not your friend. The culture is not your friend. The government is not your friend. Big business is not your friend. They are operating collegiately in unison.
Well, no, they are big business and they are government, and they're not supposed to be your friend, dude. That's not, the government should operate for the people. If we had democracy, it might. They're not supposed to be your friend. That's not the relationship that you have with those entities. So your assessment is not some genius revelation so much as it is the rantings of a lunatic.
To create a set of systems that are beneficial to them and disadvantage you.
Capitalism. You just described capitalism. It's once again we're going to come up with conspiracies to dance around the problem instead of purposely calling it out. You even said system. That system is capitalism. Do you see? Do you see? It's capitalism, dude. That's all there is to it. What else have I got in the stash over here? The secret stash. Ooh, let's do this one. Let's do this one. I meant to do this the other night when we were doing labor stories. Right stuff, baby. This CEO posted a crying selfie after layoffs to show that executives are normal people too. Did I really need to pull this up while I'm trying to go one more minute without cussing? Is this really the one I needed to pull up? Oh man, there's so many colorful words going through my mind that I want to call this dude. The CEO of a company that specializes in optimizing LinkedIn posts, so it was a BS company to begin with. He's facing criticism after he posted a tearful selfie on social media platform alongside an announcement that he had laid off some of its employees. Can we see the video? Can we see the video? Where's the video? Where's the video? Where's the video? Is this a video? This is him opining. I don't see a video though. Braden Walkie. Walkie. Do you have videos posted? I want to see the video. I want to see the video. Oh, I made it. I didn't even pay attention. Good. I didn't even make it to this video because if I watch the video, I might have to cuss at him. Just saying. Make sure none of you fucks activated it again. Okay, we're good. New York Post usually have videos. You have video? You have video? You have video? You have video? If not, we'll find it. If it was on the internet, it can be found. Oh, this is not the video. This is not the video. No, I want this video. I want to see this fuck cry. Please, show me this fuck crying. No, goddammit. I gotta see this fuck cry. Is the Hindustan Times gonna give it to me? No, they ain't got no video either. What in the... No, you said there was a video. I want video. Give me video. This is the New York Post. This is going to be that same video. That's not the video. Oh, infuriating. I want the video. You all suck. I wanted to hear him whimper. I wanted to hear him cry. My God, how you gonna do me like I got catfished? I don't like it, guys. I ain't into it. Makes me feel yucky. I don't even have an animal video. I've got an animal story. And you guys can help out. Hopefully, yes. I think it is still enough time for you to be able to help out. What am I talking about? I want you to help a North Carolina aquarium name their 3 adorable new otter pups. So I'm going to give you the link to the story here, so anybody in chat, you can follow the news link, which I'm sure will have the link to the aquarium's website where they will let you submit to name their 3 adorable new otter pups. Look at those things. See, if I'm not going to give you Mar, Allah, and Go, those aren't bad names. They are adorable. See, if I'm not going to give you a animal video, I'm going to give you something that's the equivalent. That's just as good, right? A North Carolina aquarium is asking people to help name a trio of baby otters born in May. The North Carolina Aquarium at Fort Fisher said with staff input, the otter team has narrowed down the choices to 4 trios of names. Okay, so you're gonna go vote on the trios of names. We're sharing the top 4 trios of names and asking the community to vote for their favorite. So here are the names that have been included. Stella, May, and Saline. That is Moon, the Thailand moon goddess, and the goddess of the moon. Padma, Bulan, and Melati, Indonesia's 3 national flowers. Tala, Reina, and Allah. Eula? That's probably Eula. Tala, Reina, and Eula. Tala, Reina, and Eula, which mean bright star, queen, and small one. And then Java, Bali, and Nusa, which are volcanic islands in Indonesia. Very interesting names. So those are your options for naming the Asian small-clawed otters. They are native to Indonesia, and that's why those names were Eula, NDA, and gag order. Mike. Dustin, you are on fire tonight. These are pictures of them when they were fresh from the coochie. Or I don't know, they might hatch. I don't know how otters are born. Voting is open online at Name the Otter Pups. Asian small-clawed otters are the smallest of the otter species and are listed as vulnerable. So there you go. Go name the otters. I'm gonna send that to Curiouser. Make sure she gets her naming in for the otters. All right, if you're watching on Twitch, I'm assuming you're heading over to Echoplex. I don't think they're not on. Yes, they're on. Media Winch and producer Dave over at Echoplex are going to take real good care of you. They are probably in the podcast recording, so if you're in chat and you're talking to them and they're not paying attention to you, that is the reason why. And they will come back to you for red light. Go ahead, light one up, tip one back. It's all right to have a little fun before you hit the sack. Oh, I could have left it on the otter pictures for you guys. I'm so sorry. Get some otter pictures for a little bit. Go ahead, light one up and tip one back. It's all right to have a little fun before you hit the sack. I'm Justin Freakin. We'll see you tomorrow night on the Troll Patrol. Live.